I have my book
Then
prepared.
let's get into it tonight, the 29th episode installment of the Chronicles of Telmora campaign. My name is Liv. I am your GM until the inevitable heath death of the universe comes and claims us all. In our party tonight, we have Akbak, played by Norvin.
Hidely hodily.
We have Kagaz, played by Shane.
Oh, that was some good sparring.
We have Fractal, played by Pyro.
I'm going to create a hellpit abomination to spite everyone.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And we have Sutha, played by Nito.
My heart is literally out of my chest from the excitement. Oh my god. I'm just glad everyone's okay.
And when last we left our dear Cosmic Gitz, they had traveled from the Warpwood Necropolis with their new companion Akbak to the location of Du Bois, Kagaz's Waaagh, also known as the Skullbreakers. Skullbreakers? Yes, not crushes?
Breakers. Yep.
Breakers, that's what I thought. I wrote it down, it's just not at my immediate eye line. Breakers, yep, I wrote it down. Upon arriving at the Skullbreakers warband, they noticed a human man, painted green, being thrown into the air by the warband, similar to how one would yeet a goblin. Upon the realization that this was Boboline, who was attempting to achieve his dream to join an orc Waaagh, Kagaz, addressing the Waaagh and getting them back under control, declared a fight, a challenge of sorts, to test the worthiness of the Umi. I keep wanting to say Yumi. I keep wanting to put the ya in front of it. It's not.
Right.
I know. I have to.
It's Umi.
I know. I am trying. There's two different versions of that word in a Cockney dialect, and Yumi is also valid.
There's two oaks inside me. One goes whoa, one goes whoa.
There ain't no H's in the walk language.
Whoa.
Yumi is not an H. That would technically be a Y.
I'm aware. But when you get a word that's got an H, you just skip it. Umi.
So, during the fight, Kagaz, after watching with barely contained excitement for a while, jumped into the pit and demanded everyone come and fight him. And eventually was knocked unconscious by Boboline. Everyone is as shocked as I am that this happened. So, Kagaz announced that the Umi was more of an orc than anybody else there, and that he is now a proper member of the Waaagh. So, what would you like to do now?
Where was I? I dozed off.
Kagaz strolls out of the pit.
Fractal has some sort of magazine over his face. He's like, oh, they're alive. No, never mind. Please back down.
Oh, that was some good throwing. Well, now that Boboline Big Dream over there is a member of the Waaagh, wonder what he's gonna do.
What?
That's up to God.
Wonder what he's gonna do. He's gonna do whatever the fucking war boss tells him to do.
And it's Fractal with the psychic chair. No.
I mean,
He's
if you want to assault a member of the Waaagh when you're not even in the fight pit.
Someone said the power build, Kalastar Totem Bar.
Oh, you know it, man.
No. Gith Yankee.
No.
Gith Yankee Totem Bar.
Gith Yankee. Oh, that's rough. Then you have to deal with the psionics too? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, now that we done throw down and get some of that out of our system, we need to find out about a couple things. One, what's the status on everybody in the Waaagh? Two, what's some nearby I can point them at? And three, what the hell's going on the other side of this wretched continent.
Damn, Tommy's dead.
Oh. Oh
Yeah,
my
rest in
god.
peace, Green Ranger. Him, Kevin Conroy.
Fuck.
Yep.
They're
Moment
dropping
of-
like flies!
Moment of silence as Mighty Morphin Power Ranger star Jason David Frank has died at age 49. Moment of silence, please. Rest in peace to a wonderful actor. And now we can get back to
Oh,
Dungeons
Danny
and Dragons.
boy, the pipes, they are calling.
So
Faintly
those are your
glowing
3
apparition
priorities,
of-
Warboss. Which one would you like to tackle first?
Well, I guess there's another priority is someone wanting some magic nonsense, looking at Fractal in his chair.
There's just a full-on, like, Roman-style Dia and Diva in there, just lying on a couch. So, do I do anything now, or... By the way, as Fractal kind of just, like, lands down there, what do you do with your dead?
Well,
Blink,
the
only
two
these
that
two are
died,
dead.
blink.
those two are in the pit.
They are currently being chopped up by the whirling blades at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, probably broke the bones. But I meant in a general sense. Do you bury them? Do you burn them? Do you donate them to a necromancer in need?
Typically,
Is that part of our deal where I don't touch people you respect? Like,
Want to go down the well, Fractal?
raises an eyebrow. Typically, when one of these gets dies or something we're fighting, they get obliterated by it.
mm-hmm.
But it depends on how well they did.
So what are we
If
doing
they
now?
ain't shit, then they just left there like the dirt they are.
Right.
If
Tristan
they
said
went
it's
down
good.
swinging, then they'll be mentioned in the feast and buried.
Blink.
Ain't much in between. You're either impressive or you're not.
By the way, I've seen
If
your
you're not impressive, you may be eaten.
I look down at the diminutive chihuahua demon thing. Right. I've noticed something strange. Why are some of your orcs the ones you call what they call weird boys? They seem like they're being avoided. Is there something wrong with them? Like there's at least 30 feet between them and the rest of your orcs.
Something wrong's an understatement. You see, when they get into it, they're, it's like bottled lightning.
Go on.
You uncork it, it kinda just jumps out at everything. So, you uncork it about 40 feet away from yourself, ain't too bad.
So they're unstable.
In both magic potential and mindset, yes.
Now, do you have any spares of those lying around? Because that seems pretty interesting. Hear a small explosion in the distance. Oh, look. Materials.
Sounds like they're already, practicing for the evening.
So are these, so is this Waaagh like your family or something? Your army? Your
Family.
boys? Okay, so I
No,
can't just...
hold on. You said family. I
I
had but 2 family members, and
Uh-huh.
one of them, I ripped his head off. The other one,
see. You still have him?
well, no. That was
Damn it.
a while ago. That's when I
Okay.
became the boss. He looks over at the other orcs.
Waaagh.
Grozak and
But-
Volric kind of like, and cross their arms. They remember it well.
So...
The
so
war
you-
band is the war band.
Right,
They're my underlings. They
okay.
fight when I tell them to, and they fight good, or they get eaten,
Sounds
or
nice.
die.
Hmm. Hmm. Thinking skeleton noises.
Don't eat the weird boys. They taste weird.
Valid.
Good thing I don't eat them. Except souls. I think. Let's see here. So I can't walk up to one that looks at me funny and hit them in the head with magic. That means
Well,
I'm gonna run low on
here's the
resources here.
thing.
Yeah,
If
what's up?
one of them looks at you funny and you hit him, you better win.
Fair point.
There ain't
Okay.
nothing wrong with demanding respect,
Hmm.
but it's that you better be able to win it.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do your people or boardmen only respect physical might? Because that we're gonna have an issue then if I just start shooting up fireballs and they get pissy about it.
You see, if you win a fight, you win a
Mhm.
fight. The loser
Oh.
ain't got no space to complain.
There. All right then, I'll keep that in mind.
Just know your strengths. Don't be challenging me to an arm wrestle for one.
I'm look. All
Twang.
I'm going to do to you is what I've been doing to you, which means I'm going to crawl around and I'm going to say it's time to wake up to you. Then I'm going to skitter away.
Well, you see, if there ain't an inn whose walls I gotta repair, I can throw you really far.
There's also the issue of you not being able to catch me at that point.
If that's what you think.
That is what I know.
Well, we'll see how that lasts. Kaga's just
Yes.
gonna walk past him.
Oh, by the way, I figured out a new spell. Behind your back, I kind of looked at some of your runes, and yeah, I guess this is some new toys to play with. I think it'll actually stack on your abilities too.
Well, show me after I get some sleep, cause
Alright.
he may be a homie, but damn, he can swing good. Shame he uses a sword.
Yeah, he's always been hard-headed ever since I knew him, and
Get that
I'm honestly surprised he's alive.
Well,
Mainly, I'm just thankful you're all alive. Well,
give him a
most of
little
you.
credit.
Most
He
of
was
you.
able to wander out here and not get an entire army to chew him in pieces.
That's what I'm wondering. How did he even get in?
They probably, well, he scratches his chin a little bit. If he painted himself green, they probably thought it was hilarious, and they would have kept messing with him for maybe a day or two before killing him.
I mean, look at all these wonderful fortifications you have here. Looks bound into the Badlands.
You
Question,
gather based on
Kaga,
the
is
fact that
oh,
they were yeeting him up into the air the same way they would a pet gobbo, that he painted himself green and they were like, oh, a toy.
a pet.
Yeah.
Question, Kaga, do you know the name of every orc or mercenary?
Every orc,
group?
that's one a name in my head.
Do you have
Why?
any oak? Do you have any oak smashers amongst your crew?
Oak Smasher. If I recall, that's what your mother was.
Correct.
Can I guys do a history check again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I remember you rolled pretty shitty the first time she brought it up.
Very, very shitty.
Yeah, go ahead.
History
Well,
checks are not great.
if only I could shock your brand to give you advantage.
Ah,
Fuck.
Still don't
Did it
remember.
again.
We
it's
could
not
shock-
a 2, it's a 3. You're improving.
Enhance.
No, the 3's worse. Because the 3 is just as not bringing anything, but it ain't a part of the curse. The name ain't ring a bell.
Son of a bitch.
It may be possible. So I've fought other warbands before. And Oak Smasher may have been in one of those.
Fair enough. What's Akbach doing at the moment?
Vibrating, I think.
Vibrating, staring off into space,
They're still just
trying not to stab the very audacious and not audacious. What's the fucking word I'm looking for?
ostentatious.
No, like just the fucking wizard for talking back to the war chief that way.
Pretty sure audacious would
Yeah,
be a
audacious,
correct
'cause
word
that's
like that.
audacity.
Audacious seems like a pretty good podcast.
Arrogant.
Arrogant.
Yes, my favorite.
We've had enough of that.
Podcast looks down at Ackback. There ain't nothing wrong with stabbing. You're a gobbo. Those things are perfect for your size. He's bigger than a gobbo. He shouldn't be stabbing. That's what. Well, he ain't stabbing in the first place. He's slashing.
Yeah, Freckles already walked off. He's like, all right, and just like walked off to do something after Ackback's done.
Hackback has never done
Anyway,
Uh,
go on.
No, I was to say, do you have any like? I know it's pretty much just all warriors. Do you by chance have any in your warband? Any sort of? Never mind, that'd be a stupid question. Like potion sellers or anyone who has different things that they might wish to sell.
Shaman?
Well,
Nice.
any orc that wins trophies is free to sell them as he sees fit, as long as he ain't trying to cheap anyone out.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't need all the scraps that they pick up. It's just the big uns. They're mine.
I have
Any
to
orc
know.
in particular who is like more the gatherer anymore that interacts with?
We got a
with
couple of
being
shamans.
Markiplier thing? Fair
I
enough.
have to know, Shane. Does your Waaagh use gold coins or the traditional or currency of fucking teeth?
What's the currency?
Well,
I'm
shinies
aware
are
of
nice. Shinies are nice, and they got value. But teeth are on a different level. It's like the good currency. You see, gold's is standard. But teeth, they get you the good stuff.
Can I
They
animate a
understand that
skeleton without
amongst
teeth?
orcs, the way I'm basically ruling it for this is that the understanding amongst orcs is if it's warband to warband, you trade using teeth. But if for some reason you have to trade with some sort of civilization for like a literal trade good, like say you need an agricultural product for some reason, you would use currency for that. So either gems or gold or some other treasure that you've received from raiding.
I've made sure to tell the boys that the reason that the ones we take down carry money is for a reason that warrants keeping it when you find it. So, they wouldn't be opposed to it.
Hackback will jiggle his back. Plus, I like the way it makes sounds. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
I like
It
when it
reminds me
makes
of a
you
certain person. Looks off to Fractal, who's probably trying to probe a weird boy's brain.
I did go off in a direction where I think I heard.
I've seen shocking somebody's skull works before. Let's see if this works.
Hold on now. Don't you come near me.
Zap zap.
But we got a couple of shamans and a couple of, as crude as you can imagine the word apothecary gets. You might be able to find somebody who can make stuff. I don't keep track of that myself. Like I said, when we're not on a hunt and stuff, they can do whatever they want as long as they listen to me when I tell them what to do.
Makes sense. You're the leader. You delegate. Above board, God. What time of day is it right now? What time of day did you say we came in?
You would have come in, I'd say probably about like late morning, midday. So it's probably about mid-afternoon by now.
Okay.
I think I know the picture that you're referencing, Norman. Picture that goblin with a hammer and fucking chisel going at it. And... Well, after I sleep off all this stabbing and slicing, ain't nothing better to warrant my return than a feast.
Okay.
Lovely.
I think I'm gonna terrorize your wall a little bit.
I guess
God
gets
damn it,
up
man.
on a
Come
large
on.
object.
Come on, Fractal.
Gets up on a large object. You hear that, you knobs? We're having a feast tonight.
There is
Gather up the best of the best.
raucous shouting.
It's gonna be Fractal in a few minutes. Pictures. Nothing like a good day's work. Except green. I wonder how stupid goblins would be to think Fractal's weak.
I mean, most of the goblins are going to listen to the people that are above them. Because, that's how they survive.
They're also vulture-like creatures. That if something seems weak enough, I mean,
So
they'll
if you,
bully anything they think they
pretended
can get
to
away
play
with.
weak, but that would also
Oh,
likely
no!
mean that other creatures in the wall would also probably be preying on you, and you would get mobbed fairly quickly.
Yeah, they'd see what I do to like 80 goblins at once. But I'm not gonna do that much damage to them. Besides, goblin modes are a bit frail. I need 2 goblin skeletons to make 1 regular one.
Exactly.
Wait, Kaga's gonna find where they pitch up the big tent. Probably hasn't been touched since he left.
No, not really. It's been kept ready, like in good condition, but not used.
You're gonna walk in. Home sweet home.
Yeah.
Hey, Liv.
Yeah.
Do you know how shark skin kind of acts like sandpaper?
Yes, it's very smooth.
So how to? It's kind of like. Which one was it? There's a sea creature with like sandpaper like skin. Either way,
No one knows the meme. I'm so sad.
no.
So sad.
No. So I'm going to set up the tower at the edge of where I think like the main encampment is, and it's going to take its usual like burnt tree trunk like formation, except instead of the outer layer, it's going to have a bit of a different texture. I'm going to make it as sandpaper-esque as possible, so if anyone tries to climb the son of a bitch,
Ouchie.
it'll be funny. Yes. And before you get back to them, I'm going to put on the ritual a couple times, actually. Just twice, actually. One in the main door and one behind the drop-down ladder leading up to my study.
All right.
And Fractal's going to go play up in his office for a bit. I'll let you know what he's doing later.
Office hours.
But I also don't tell anyone what I'm doing, so the goblins just see the shit erupt out the ground.
They're all
Person
like
doesn't really
watching,
care.
getting closer and watching, and then they kind of scree and skitter away.
Good. Mortismo sits at the apex of the tower, cackling, but with no sound actually coming out of the skull. Lightning crackling.
What?
Yes,
I mean,
Mortismo does this.
Nope, that's not what that was about.
What?
I am begging you to.
Oh my god! My eyes just landed on there. I see.
Yo. Yo is the...
So he's the oath of bringing it backing it up then.
He is. I guess he's gotta fuck while you can. I guess smoke if you got him.
Got that butt donka donk. Got that back donka donk.
I got way too many pictures of short stack goblins to not fucking think this is hilarious.
He's got to back it up.
Statistically, there are several that say yes.
Statistically speaking.
Also because he is, respected, at least, like, treated like he's an ally of the war boss. He's a party member of the war boss, so...
You want them all?
That's lateral thinking, I got you.
They like him because it's, revered of the war boss is what I had them calling him before they were like, don't call him that, before he was like, do not call me that, and they were like, okay, Yeah, but it's, he's respected. He's in a higher position in the Gobbo society in the warband because the war boss respects him as a Gobbo. So, oh yeah, Akbak would easily have a harem. They're not all women.
God.
Amazing.
No, equal opportunity, you know?
Probably about
No discrimination.
70-30 mix. $70 to $30 women.
Oh
Why
my
did
god.
Genghis Khan do it?
Because he
Apparently.
could?
By just mad fucking.
I mean, there really wasn't much to do back in those days.
Yeah, you either
Man
conquering or
was either riding on his horse to go conquer something, in the middle of conquering something, or conquering
being ridden
something.
like a horse.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Oh, okay.
Oh
All right.
my.
Oh,
I thought you were a fighter, not a bard.
Oh,
What a
He's
twist.
been lying this whole time. Just like
I'm so proud of
Fractal's
you.
actually
he said my last
Fractal's actually
character
in.
was monogamous and in a relationship with his deceased wife. This character, down to clown.
polygamous as hell. Yep, polygamous as hell.
DTF, let's go.
I was gonna turn
I
back
just want the
everyone
world
at
to know that Akbak fucks.
Hey.
Kagaz turns around at the mouth of his fucking war boss tent. Well, I ain't got really anywhere else for you to sleep. I'm sure. He sees the tower in the background. Well, you figured it out.
Yep.
You can either go over there.
You could have had
Or,
30 spare tents and Frauta wouldn't sleep in your fucking town. That's your damn mind.
He looks at Sutha. I mean, if you really wanted to. He holds the thing open to the tent.
Oh, you're hilarious, big man. I'll be back. I have to talk to somebody.
Oh, shit.
Ah, no.
Yeah,
The
that's
Tower of
crazy.
Sauron beckons you away.
I couldn't track you anyway. You have that fucking Lord's Ensemble, so you're welcome.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, and who asked
also-
to bring that into the world?
Hey.
Oh,
You
was
don't
this-
no need to point fingers.
By the way, that's how Fractal thinks he looks now. That picture a little while before Marcel and Shane went fucking apeshit.
What?
One in
Hmm.
cool pics.
What is
Yeah,
that
the
con
one with the
save
skeleton
for?
and armor.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
there you are, you little bastard.
Norman?
Copy image.
With the Thanos glove on.
Kinda, yeah. It's very stupid. It's very ostentatious, and he's like, yes, this seems right.
Well, that's Fractal in a nutshell.
Yes, exactly. He still has the top hat though. He refuses.
Oh, gotta have, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
If there's a way
God.
if I can modify the helmet to look like a derpy ass top hat, super ostentatious, I'll do it.
And a monocle, right?
Yep.
Just kidding.
Always.
All right, we get that long rest.
Yes, you
Oh well,
do.
I get it. They got to do some talking.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's you feel like that's how well it goes, Norman.
Mm-hmm.
What did he roll?
Bro.
He very
Back in
carefully
the.
he rolled it to GM and then he DM'd me what it's for, so I'm not gonna say.
If he rolled a D100 and not get a
Nope.
69, I will be very
He
disappointed.
did not roll
Damn.
a D100 at all.
Damn. Hey.
I'll just let Liv do with that information what she will do.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
Now, what's the average gestation period of a goth? Is that something you
Hey,
thought you
Dios
had to?
mío.
Is that something you had to think about?
I'm not
In
looking
the,
it up and I'm not
starting?
thinking about it.
You're going to because he
No.
fucks.
I'm aware that he fucks.
And I love the idea of somehow child support for goblins. It doesn't exist, but I like the thought of it.
There's no alimony. There's no fucking.
No alimony and goblin.
Exactly.
Fucking kid.
Here's the
No.
Here's the thing. If you try to make alimony for goblins or orcs, that means you have to get the money out of them, which means you can beat them up.
Oh, man.
The economy
Yeah.
immediately crashes.
Ackback is just like,
hey.
you can't feed it, kill it and eat it.
Jesus. Don't eat it! I need the materials!
Okay, what is Suthin?
I'm sorry, I took this off the rails so fucking
You're
far.
fine.
It's
You-
fine, man. It's
you are
fine.
fine.
This is hilarious.
As long as it's funny, it don't mean a thing.
Norman, you've been I don't want to use the word, but pent up as Ned for a while.
Hey, you got enough. You got enough crits net last time as Ogbok to deserve this. You're good, man. It's
Also,
hilarious.
Liv.
Yeah.
Does Ackback manage to get a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell no. Hell no.
He's just severely dehydrated the next morning. It's just a fucking mummy.
Oh my god.
Oh god! Get that man some milk!
He needs some milk.
He needs some
The
fucking
funny-
Pedialyte.
The funny thing is, because Ackback is considered the top of the goblins, he can do it all he wants. Because an orc doesn't give a shit about what the goblins do as long as they're fighting or getting thrown later.
What happens in the Waaagh band stays in the Waaagh band. You can do Fractal's things first. She's just gonna have a short conversation with Bobaline. You can do it after.
All right.
Oh my god.
Fractal, what are you doing?
You look at my bag of holding to see how many I have. Oh shit! Hang on.
How many
that's my
skeletons did you have left over?
left over? None. But I have piles of bones in my bag. Where the
Fair
fuck is my
enough.
bag of holding? Player tools. There we go. NK bag of holding. There we go. Alright, let's see here. I have 3 skeletons worth of bones left and 50 pounds of Kruthic chitin, whatever
Nice.
you'll say.
Chittin.
What was it per skeleton again?
I don't remember.
We can say it was 25 and just have
That'll
on 2
work.
of them. Alright, so first I'm going to reanimate 3 skeletons. And then I'm going to outfit 2 of them in Kruthic chitin, making them look like flayed ones. Well, would this be appropriate time to play with the amount of necrotite I still have on me?
As long as you don't put in a skeleton.
I
Do you
mean,
have left?
I have 3 skeletons worth of bones.
Where's the bones? How much necrotite? Because who else had it?
That's you
Did someone
actually.
else have some?
You did.
I did.
I
I thought
think.
Bellum did.
Oh no, it was Bellum. It was Bellum.
Bellum.
Yeah.
See, because I have a couple fun components here. I have 3 skeletons of bones. I have 1 pound of necrotite.
Pound. Okay.
I have 3 files of fairy dragon blood,
All right.
and I like playing with things. So
Let's see how this turns out.
do you have a specific effect in mind? Because I don't. These are just regular skeletons, and the chitin is just giving them armor, so I don't know what extra effect it would really give. Because what the necrotite did before was it allowed you to do the warhorse skeleton.
Right, because let me look up other skeletons. There are other types of skeletons. Let's see here.
Minotaur.
Cackling.
No, that's a zombie.
Cackling skeleton. Oh, what the fuck's that? Skeleton monarch? What's that? Whoa, that's too strong. None of that.
I was gonna say, if it's a ridiculous CR.
Let me look at cackling skeleton. That looks pretty funny.
Yeah, do one that could take us on by itself. Sure, go right ahead.
No, yeah, no, that worked well for me last time, fucker.
Hey, it was a growth experience.
Yeah, I looted his corpse. Well, technically, Ackback did. Let's see here. There's the cackling skeleton or the clacking skeleton. Let me see what that is.
What are these from?
Tome of Beasts.
1 or 2?
What's the difference?
Or two. Doze. Oh, hang on. This looks interesting. Could I merge all of these to make a me just actually you don't have tone beast, do you? So let me just
Yes, I do.
oh you do. Blessed be.
I have
Clacking
1, 2,
skeleton.
and creature codex, motherfucker.
Fantastic.
Get shit wrecked.
Indeed. Could I? I'm not sure how much of the necrotype or indeed these fairy dragon blood would do anything, but I was wondering if I could make one clacking skeleton out of the 3 here.
Clacking. Is that in Tome of Beasts 2 or 1?
Clacking. What? Oh, it's in creature codex.
Oh, it's in
Oopsie.
creature
I was looking at
codex.
cackling.
I was like, why is this not... Why am I not finding it? Skeleton clacking.
Do you have creature codex?
Yes. Did you not hear me
Yeah.
when I just said Tome of Beasts 1, 2, and creature codex right before
No,
I said get shit wrecked?
I was looking at the picture and fantasizing making this thing kill things. Look at it.
Man, this thing has a multi-attack.
Are you looking at the clacking one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One with its
You can
glaive,
say no.
one with its gore, or 2 with its short bow.
CR2, that's...
Yeah, the multi-attacks don't do a lot. The gore is literally like a dagger. It's a D4 plus 2. The glaive is a D10 plus 2.
like a little bit less version of Summon on Dead spell. Like
Yeah.
a lesser version of that.
Horrid clacking. Augur emits the sound of...
You can take that one off if you want, but
Or lower the DC.
That's what I'm saying.
Because-
with
10 or something.
because that would affect the party. Because if we could just have it
it's
where
everything. I would take the... Yeah, because that would affect the party. So I'll say no clacking, but I'll leave everything else as is.
okay.
Because then it still feels... That feels like it balances it a little more because it doesn't have the clacking.
Right. And remember, it doesn't.
Heard
It
before
will have
it is
a
seen, the skeleton approaches, its mismatch of bones from various humanoids clacking and clonking together with each horrid step.
and I will use the Kruthic skin on this thing as well.
Yeah, I figured.
So yeah.
well,
Alright.
this is the 3
So-
you're doing, right?
Yes,
Yeah, as
the
one.
the three set of bones as one, and then I'll use.
I'll say it's still
Well,
the
I need-
25.
Okay,
It's still one's
And
worth of Kruthic.
and I think way back when I remember this, I think we agreed the staff gave these things a higher attack. Because I do have a higher attack on my skeletons than the regular, so something is boosting
Yeah.
them. Yay! All right, so Fractal's gonna be like, I need something a little more meaty.
A little
Yeah.
more...
Laughs to
Clanky.
himself. Clanky, you say? Mortissimo, bring me the syringe of goo I found.
There is the sound of clicking and whirring as Mortissimo goes and grabs the goo syringe.
Good. Could I? I think we gotta set it up so I can control one of these as well. So drag one of the clacking skeletons out, give it some sort of access to me.
I'm gonna have to make...
No.
Yeah, I'll just make a character.
E.
All players' journals, edited and controlled by Fractal. His name is Ted.
Yeah. His name's Ted. Ted the skeleton. Good.
Ted Odrescu. I'm putting him
Ted
in
the
player
Dead.
tools. That's just the name that came up.
Hee-haw.
He is beneath Mortissimo in player tools now.
I'm gonna create an
I can
NPC
make it
sheet.
so Ackback isn't just visible to Ackback now. There we go.
I think you can. You can actually fill up the sheet by dragging out the thing again onto the sheet.
My brother in Christ, I have Creature Codex on an illegally downloaded PDF on my computer.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I'm not buying shit on Roll20. I am illegally downloading PDFs.
Like any
Hey.
good American.
Hey, you two.
Exactly.
We here at
Yar har fiddle dee dee.
All right, I can go ahead and make this
Yes.
yeah. All right, I'll go ahead and do that, and that's what Fractal's doing for the rest of the night, creating one super guard.
There you go.
He
All right.
likes quality over quantity because quantity got him fucked over these last few days,
It sure did.
or revived him anyway. Okay, let's see here. So what's Sutha doing? Or how much necrotite does this cost?
Said he had what, 1 pound?
You had
I have-
1
I have-
pound.
I have
I'd
an
say
entire
that's
pound.
about another half pound.
All right, so I have half a pound of soap. All right, that is done. All right, there we go. 30 skeleton. Click, click, click. And then I'm gonna think of something I could try with the fairy blue, but I'll talk about. I'll ask you later.
Yeah, cool.
Off time.
Sutha, what you doing, buddy?
She's gonna go find Bobbleline.
He is being. I mean, do orcs have? No, you got to tend to your wounds yourself, right?
If you're strong enough to get subordinates to deal with it, then you can have them do it. Other than that, you just fucking sit down and you take it out.
So he is napping. You can see that a few of the gobos, as he is newly initiated into the warband, are just kind of standing guard over him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's Gobbo. That's Gobbo nature right there. Someone announced to be strong, start kissing ass.
yep. Good to know. I'm having good instincts about it.
Greetings to the Gobos watching over him.
You may approach.
Thank you. She'll look over his unconscious body as he's napping. Just kind of lean down, place her hand on his shoulder. Oh, Bobbleline, why? Why do you need to do this? I must admit today, you were incredibly impressive, and she'll give him a kiss on the top of the head.
Aw.
You've always been a dreamer, and you go after what you want. Rest well, my friend.
It stabs him in the chest.
Sutha is nowhere near the pompous level. No one's truly near the pompous level of Sir Horace.
No.
Primarch of the
Quantum Realm, Duke of Hazard, Earl of Cicero,
He
Cabbage Lord of the Hinterlands. As well. And she'll do a Cure Wounds first level on him. Help
He
him recover a
seems
little
to
bit
rest
faster.
a bit easier after that.
Mm-hmm.
He is snoring like a grandfather.
Oh god, sleep apnea is kicking in.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll head back out.
Hey, she did magic on the Omi.
Kids, get the fuck out of here.
That's just one of
It's
the goblins.
okay. She's an orc.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In alliance with your war boss, a good friend.
With the boss.
Yeah, so take special care and watch over this Umi, with all 4 of your eyes.
See, she knows what she's talking about.
The goblin just starts counting on his fingers. Woo.
Whoa.
4.
1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2.
Yeah, he just seems to be in absolute, like, confusion zone as he keeps counting how many eyes he has and then trying to think of if he's got any more somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is, an I, there's one more. Wait, what is it? Syllable letter? So that's one.
One.
And if I. One.
Wait a minute.
So that's another one. Another one. And then she'll step out. What time of day is it right now? Around, you said it was mid-afternoon, which is probably around 3.
At this point, we're getting closer to evening.
It's almost dusk.
Yeah.
All right.
There's an eerie light radiating from a nearby tower.
Yeah.
Points her fingers on her nose. All right, I need to speak to Fractal. And then later in the night, me and Kagaz need to have a drink. And she'll head towards Fractal's tower.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna be drinking with the war boss tonight, so.
She'll head to Fractal's tower. You can go to the next person, Akbak, or wait, I don't know if you want to do that.
We already know what Akbak is doing, and I
No
legally
need
cannot
to
put that on the
elaborate.
screen.
I disagree. I have no idea what Akbak's
The
doing. I
Bucky's
would like
no
to.
fool.
Well, kids, in case you don't know, have you heard about the birds and the bees?
The Waaz and the Umi.
The Waaghs and the Umis.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
The feast is prepared. Of course, Akbak. Yeah, we've already seen your criteria, Akbak.
Everything.
As long as it's alive and willing.
Oh,
He's progressive, you know, gotta have consent. He's progressive.
Gotta have consent.
He's
Well,
an
if
evil
they're-
little shit,
if
but
they're
not that
alive-
evil.
If they're alive and unwilling, they're probably hostile, which gives them something to kill instead.
Exactly.
Then they're just food.
Exactly.
There you go.
Delicious crab meat.
Oh. And what is that, bro?
Message you go.
Odd.
I can see you
Uh-oh.
typing.
I'm fine with Mortissimo being a small mechanical spider thing, but do not make it okay.
Oh, Mortissimo is eventually going to get put on some sort of golem body just because I could. But not today.
Not this day. Numbers game, baby.
It's like he's typing and then he stops typing and it just makes me more nervous.
Just letting you know, I got the whole list of all the noteworthy Waaagh members.
Nice, I appreciate it. Okay. I like the first one. That tracks with the fairy dragon.
All right. Like, what I did just put as a good idea.
The first one, yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yeah. So proficiency modifier. Okay, good.
Yeah, I
good.
like proficiency
All
modifier.
right. Also, in the doing this, this next is purely cosmetic. I'm changing the sheen of the skeleton to make it look more metallic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking transmogs.
Someone's making art. Yes, more shoulder pads live.
This ain't the 80s. Get that shit out of here.
Thank you. I was about to say we are not doing the 80s in my game.
Sharp shoulder pads built for war.
Those are just called pauldrons, my guy.
Okay. So we doing with Sutha, or is anyone else got anything?
I was diverging it to whoever wanted to do anything before the feast. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was gonna. If anyone else had anything.
She'll want to talk to you. Yeah, he's sleeping. She's gonna come talk to you right after whatever it is you're doing.
Okay. So let me describe what Fractal's doing in the tower. He's grafting these bones together, layering them in droplets of fairy dragon blood. By the way, how many files does this take? I have 3, I think.
It would be 1 per each. So you could make 3.
No, I only have enough bones for one of these guys. Well, we agreed that it. I'm merging the skeleton bits together, right?
Oh, I thought you were making.
I
okay.
I was being fair. I was being fair. Like, if you're going to give me 3 of them, I won't say no.
No. I'm
You
sorry.
said it
That
was
was.
what?
I thought it was like my brain was reading it as like a potion.
No. Like
The ability.
Using
That'll
the-
take all
yeah.
3 to have that be a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an ability. Yeah, I'm going for quantity and something that they just have. So, see, so all 3. That's good. All right. Taking that out of the bag. Also, you better be careful coming inside, Sutha. I didn't tell anyone the bastard this time. Alright, 3 files of Fairy Dragon Blood gone.
Sorry, Norman. I had to ask. Valid. Oh, okay. Yep, that's Nope, you don't have. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're responding to.
Yes, but do you know the question I asked?
No.
Yeah.
I'm building the stats, but do you just come knock on the door, Sutha?
I should just knock on the door.
Oh shit. Mortismo, go get the door, but before whoever there gets blown up, or if they're intending to break in.
Door opens.
Reciting through a voice module on him. The Freer, and the snake knows not to smack the shit out of whoever's in the coming through the door. Mortismo opens the door for you. To the
Just look down, see the small mechanical spider. Oh.
No, he floats.
He
he's,
floats.
He's literally a servo skull. That is a whole ass servo skull just floating there looking at you.
Nice. Well, thank you, Mortissimo. Fractal, can you hear me? I need to talk to you.
I'm busy. Come up here. I'm wrist deep in some magic here.
Okay. Assume Mortissimo closes the door behind me.
Hook.
Yeah.
Mortismo go float guides you over to the ladder. Runs up before you. Goes Nifria again, and the snake there knows not to bonk you. As you come up, and you see Fractal with a large like stone looking table with metallic looking bones just being shifted around, and you see this on the ground. Hang on, where is you? There we go. I already gave it the. There we go. Could you enlarge that lift? So the class may see my art project.
Is it
Oh
this
no.
one?
Yes.
It's one at the top right.
You fucking animal.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
lost as to
known
where
he was
this
a
is from.
bastard for longer than this.
that
I'm lost. No idea.
that is just a Necron.
That is
Pyro.
in fact a Lich card, I think.
That's from
That is-
Warhammer. Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I am.
They're a race of creatures that had their souls taken away and they're put in these machines.
Huh.
They were called the Necrontyr,
Yeah.
but when they got their souls taken out and put in the machines, they became Necrons, and they have a ridiculous amount of power in the
Fractal's on
Warhammer
his way
40k universe.
Fractal's on his way to becoming a Catan anyway, so we'll get there when we get there.
Pyro, you are shameless in your plagiarism. Anyway.
I am a dungeon master. I'm
all Dungeon Masters doing it. Okay.
All right, we can shoot this the poor bastard down. Deep, be gone. All right.
Why do you have a Necron?
Why don't you? I want one.
I said, why do you have? I didn't say, why do you want? It's very clear why you would want a Necron.
Because I'm building one.
A menace to society. You're not even an artificer.
I need a stronger army. The last one's got dunked on.
I mean, they kind of did their job.
They did
and
their
kept
job.
you from being dead.
They did, and I salute their effort. And I'm going to make their effort worth it by building stronger skeletons.
Did I
See,
catch you? Did I catch you at a bad time?
my hands are a bit full, so if you want to talk, I can talk, but I'm going to be a little busy. Hang on. Mortissimo, bring me the fairy dragon blood.
There's
there we go.
much whirring and quick clicking as he brings it to you.
Yep, and I'm just carving arcane sigils into the metallic bones, and just dripping it into them. Yes, this will do nicely.
She'll walk over to near where he's standing. What's the area look like in front of him? Like, what's he doing? Like, describe the area, like 5-10 feet around him. What's going on?
There is a mostly constructed skeleton covered in also grafted on bits of Kruthic. What you see is the Kruthic chitin, and there is a several arcane sigils that almost hurt your eyes to look at. There are as soon as I'm done carving them and dripping the fairy blood into it, they start to glow a baleful green from their. I think it was purple. When we got the fucking dragon on the road.
Hey, purple, the best color.
It's gonna be so stealthy. It's gonna walk outside and no one will see it.
Fractal, what are should I even ask? What are you doing?
Replacing my armor. I figured, above board, I'm going to be less of an action economy shit, and I'm going to be more of a. I'm doing the exact opposite of necromancy thing, where I'm trying for quality instead of quantity.
Just meat shields and bodies, and yeah, I gotcha.
Essentially, without the meat.
I did mean to ask, what exactly happened? I heard you died.
I
Tell me more
did.
about it.
Well, when my failed creation decided to wander over and shank me in the chest after I was forced to put down Ned, I died. But my or mutually known anchor point knocks on my chest plate. Kept me going. Partially. I almost got mind wiped. Which all the information would have just been deleted off me. So that's not exactly a thing we either of us want.
You mentioned and talk about this stuff before, so essentially you just did a restart.
Yes. Somewhat. Except I kept my soul.
Interesting. She gets a little bit closer. Though I do need to ask one more thing. Blair's right at him.
I will note from Mortissimo is floating behind you.
She doesn't. I don't care. Why did you feel the need to end Ned's life?
Fractal will, after he's finished with the first section of the fairy dragon blood, will take out a rag and wipe off his hands. Why are you asking that question? You know why I did it. He was a threat. This just expedited the process of him eventually trying to kill me.
He wasn't in the right frame of mind. From what I heard, he was controlled.
He wasn't. But that wouldn't have stopped him for the chances of him trying to kill me when he did get back up. We don't know how deep the connection was in that charm.
And you
So
didn't think of considering any other options.
My options were do it and risk him coming to kill me, because I actually won, because he's always had the assumption that he could have the drop on me. As soon as he knows I had the one spell that could track him down, even though he stealthed on me, he would find another way to get me. I don't like that I had to do it. I don't know why. He's an asshole. I should be elated he's dead. But I'm not. For as much of a prick and a threat he was how a whetstone is to a sword. I wouldn't have figured out that spell if it wasn't for him constantly being on the bone saying, "I'm going to kill you if you walk out the line, Fractal." Like I haven't walking around next to a fucking cleric who's gotten buddy with everyone and is seemingly looking more and more to put a leash on me and judge me. As if you have been following me for 2 fucking years, knowing exactly what I'm about. I am a fucking necromancer. My trade is death.
I know, and you should have been smart enough to see the value in keeping him alive.
The value?
You know how good he was at stealth and at information gathering, and you just decided to end him. He's a hell of a lot. He's like that goblin we have now.
And
He is nothing compared to Ned.
And the goblin is completely subservient to Kagaz.
He doesn't have the skill set Ned had.
So I can create a spell for that. I've seen multiple ways I can improve upon invisibility.
It's not just okay. Puts her hands up to her nose.
How about you tell me what what you're exactly angry about? Because you're trying to put up a front here, and I don't have to exactly be a people person and understand that, nor have a mood flame around my fucking head. As the talk has gone on, Fractal has gotten to a weird mix of purple, orange, and red.
Nice, like it. Love the description. Hard to describe.
You.
I know your experience. I did.
You did. Like I care for Bellum, even though he betrayed me. And I understand you're angry about it. But let's get that out of the way and stop trying to put up little falsehoods like he was useful. He was going to be so helpful. He might have been. He was. He was very skilled at what he did. But what he was also a liability to my safety. And I could get away with that because everyone else kept him in line. We could be somewhat stable. But from what I understand, he was also a very deeply disturbed individual. In a completely different way than
but
yeah, I'm aware. So
we all are.
Yes.
And I know you're trying to experience all these emotions, all these feelings. I know since we traveled together, you're starting to experience more of them. This is just something you don't understand because you're not fully humanoid. Maybe you will eventually.
Fast forward 10 years from now when Kagaz and Fractal are in the level 20 gear, all the paladins assaulting a god.
You're right, Fractal. I did care for him, and I'm still sworn to you. And
now, I think
we
the
have a
real
feast.
question we need to be asking is what happens when you get what you want. What I need to ask is, and I'm going to be very forward with this with you, do I need to make a plan? He puts heavy emphasis on the word plan. Or are we going to go our separate ways? Because you seem very judgmental of me lately, as if you again haven't been following me. We've had talks like this before, and I thought we were clear that as soon as someone became a threat and actually went for me, this had become a highly obvious plan of action. And then that thing with the angel happened, and then I realized something. For all of your loyalty, was it? You will do what you think is right, what you think is in your best interest, which I approve of. Except when it's not mine. I'm all for working together, but I'd like to know where people stand. I knew where Ned stood, but he was also willing to stand on my neck. And now I have to deal with explaining this in the nicer way and to Bellum without lying, because I don't want to lie to him. And the fact that I don't want and I actually care about lying to him pisses me off.
Be so much easier if I could just lie and just get it over with.
Why do I have to have emotions? This is bullshit.
So
Fractal, you don't care. You don't care about anyone but yourself and those who can serve you. And
Ooh.
but I am still sworn to you, and I'll see you through to the end.
and there it
I
is.
know that you keep saying all the shit. I'm sorry. I'm just pissed that Ned had to die and that you were the one to do it.
Mm. Now, excuse me, I have work to do. And he turns back and starts getting in the skeleton again. But he does he is keeping an eye on you. He's very aware of where you're standing.
I know what it truly is to connect with someone.
Do you? You
More
shut
than you
yourself
will ever
off.
know.
Oh, I'm well aware. Me and Bellum saw a vision. No, Bellum saw a vision. I saw like a portion of the shit
We
before.
saw flashes.
Yeah, but I know the deal with her in the portal. At the very least, right? I don't want to say anything I don't actually know.
I mean, you saw the portal.
Yeah, I've access to my files, but that doesn't have
Oh,
to do with
that
her.
portal. Yes, not the one that took her.
Yeah.
You saw that.
Yeah, no, the one with the Thriz dude,
Yeah, that one.
or
Yes,
or,
you saw
or
that one.
cult. Funny thing about being a machine is that I can just go over my files. It's a little hard considering the soul it doesn't have the same processing power. But the thing is, I'm, for better or worse, learning. How long did it take you to start reconnecting with people after your family was taken?
He just
You
walks
can
out.
judge. Yep. Fractal turns back and starts getting playing again. Fractal's looking at
Just
you a
whisper
little
to
weird.
yourself. The
Yeah.
incessant need to prove your superiority ultimately proves your inferiority.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
Just a loser with no friends and no real life.
God.
Well, I thought all the fighting went on in the pit.
stares at the fourth wall.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Yeah.
something.
Have fun at your feast. Fractal doesn't eat. He's gonna stick in his tower, and he's actually going to take a break from that and go reset the alarms and change the passwords.
Yeah,
And
that's valid.
Mhm.
That's valid and understandable, buddy.
Mhm.
Easy enough.
Yep. Mortismo is just gonna stare at Fractal a little bit, make sad boop noises, and then just like land on his top hat and try and cheer him up. Fractal's definitely pissed.
Pyro again. I love Fractal and I love the character, but
Yeah.
she is being a petty bitch. I know.
She is being
Brother,
Yeah.
brother, you
petty
deserve it.
bitch.
Fractal's a shitter. You're
Oh,
fine,
he is
man.
100%. Yeah.
Look, we're all dickheads here.
Hold
So-
on now, don't be making claims like that.
No, I'm sorry. The most dickhead thing here is Act backing it up again.
I don't think he's the one backing it up.
Well, he's continuing his legacy in a way.
He's making his own League of Legends.
Always a need for more goblins to throw. I don't care one bit.
Oh god, he's spreading witness the spreading of goblin autism.
Good. Maybe it'll keep them fighting.
It's just a goblin big boss going, what if larger ward save?
Damn.
No, I gotta finish this fucking skeleton.
So at the
Necrotic
feast,
Guardian.
it is a raucous. It is a raucous. Let me turn some music on for the feast. Let's get out of this.
Yellow?
Let's get out of let's go back to the orcs battle music because it's the feast. Their battle music is the same as
Oh
their
yeah, I
feast
got
music.
it. Yeah.
So
I think we threw Liv off, bro, Nito.
a little bit.
I think so.
Good.
I was not expecting that. God damn. So the feast is raucous. There is lots of meat, lots of ale, lots of yelling. Lots of like scuffles happening as they do. Yeah, it's a lot of that. But I believe, Sutha, that you said you would want to find Kagaz during the feast.
Is Fractal staying in the tower the whole time?
That's
Or
what
is
he
Yes.
said.
he coming
He
to
has
join?
exactly no reason to come out there.
I was hoping he'd make an appearance, like you said, fuck with some gobos or something.
Maybe later when he's done.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Leans into the mic. I'm giving myself time to make this fucking sheet.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Just like the Elden Ring Smith meme, he's just smashing away at this thing.
Hey, you gotta take time with your craft, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the night, after all the celebrating and stuff, she'll try to make her way, but you can describe what happens before then, if you wish.
It's just much revelry. There's like a goblin throwing competition to see who can throw a gobbo the farthest. A fight breaks out during the gobbo throwing competition over whether or not it's fair that they're all throwing different gobbos rather than one gobbo being thrown multiple times. But then it's like, well, but then we don't know how far they were thrown if we don't just leave them laying there. So a fight breaks out over that. No one wins. Everyone gets knocked unconscious. There are no winners here. This is a pointless
Kagaz
fight.
would have stood over them, and as they're fighting, they're like, "Boss!" And he looks at him. Well, I didn't say to stop.
Yep.
This ain't over till one of you stops fucking moving. And they all just beat each other down.
All right, that's what we heard, and they beat each other into mutual unconsciousness.
There's no accidental deaths or anything, is there?
There's no accidental
Well.
deaths. Weapons have been put away, so it's just a bunch of fist fights.
It's just a beatdown session.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
just massive
tavern
brawl.
brawls happening. Maybe some chairs get
hooligans.
broken. But you know, it's orc skulls are pretty thick. A simple wooden chair is not gonna do much to an orc skull.
Kagaz is gonna give him like a victory speech at the end, or not victory, but like a motivation speech.
Yeah. Of course.
Sutha can catch him after that. I imagine that'd be a good time.
Yeah, that's a good time.
All right, I might have to turn off noise suppression so I can do the Waaagh at the end.
Of course.
Okay, let me turn that off.
Do it, man. Do it.
All right, you lumps of knobs, gather round.
They do.
Now, I'm sure you all noticed that Volrig and Grozak been putting you through the ringer for a reason. I ain't leaving the warband to do Mary knows what hang out with homies and gets all about. I'm training powers that'll topple everything in our way. It don't matter. Giants, demons, gods. All will break under the heel of the Skullbreakers. And I will be leading you to that glorious future where our names will echo in the minds of everything. And your commitments to staying here and fighting and training to become the best of the best will be rewarded with the glory of 1,000 years. Waaagh!
Rob fucking Bo.
Amazing. And the resounding wah for everyone other than Kagaz and Akbak is just deafening.
And he's gonna break the chair that he was standing on.
Of course.
Oh, it's been too long since I've got to shout to the boys. Gotta remind them that what we're fighting for transcends the simple things. It's the glory. Alright, you gits. You're dismissed. Unless someone's got words that they think can grace my ears and not have them lose their teeth.
No,
Imagine that disperses them
that
all.
disperses them all.
Is Akbak in the
Up.
party, or is he kind of busy at the moment?
He was told to show up, so he showed up.
All right.
The goblin,
A little dehydrated, but he's drinking.
Oh yeah, of course,
Yep.
of course.
the smaller goblins would know at this point that it's their job to clean up everything.
He's got an ivy
So
drip in him.
they'd be scurrying around fixing up stuff. But yep, Kagaz would just be sitting there, probably on one of the higher spots so that he can look over the Waaagh.
Easy enough to do. It is a sight. There are still, people up and about, kind of doing their own thing, continuing the revelry well into the night. But there are some people that have kind of started to settle back down.
What time is it right now? I know you said it was after dusk, but
At this
time-
point, it's probably about between 10 o'clock and midnight.
They would have been partying for a while, so yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
Probably around
good
midnight.
Waaagh. Oh yeah.
Like any good bar, ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yep.
Once things kind of settle down, she'll kind of walk up to Kagaz near his throne or whatever.
He wouldn't be near his tent or nothing. He'd just be on like a hill overwatching the whole festival area.
She'll make her way up to his area. Good evening, Kagaz.
Well, ain't half lot. I know you wouldn't be approaching me if you ain't got something you want from me.
Just asking how things are going. Are you happy to be back with your warband?
Well, Refreshing is one thing to put it. But I ain't truly happy just being with them. That's my place. My place is here to lead them. That alone ain't make me happy. It's what we do. It's the beasts we break under our heels. That's what makes me happy.
Feel that same sensation since you've been traveling with the rest of us.
Hmm? Well, that's a different kind of feeling. It's enjoyable to say. But, like I said, it ain't the place that I need to be.
Where you need to be is here, is what you're saying.
In simple terms, yes. But I'm out working with you all for a reason. If I'm to lead the boys, I need to master this power. These runes. I need to understand them to the fullest. And I'll be completely honest, as he turns and looks back over the warband. When I'm down there fighting with them at my side and them behind me, and the blood flows and the bodies fly, I ain't really using my brain a whole lot. So to try to use this stuff in their presence, he clenches his fist, I ain't gonna master it. I know that much. So, this is where I want to be, and need to be, but not yet.
Because
That's...
if it's not too much of a tall order, could I ask that we talk some more privately, perhaps in a private tent? I need to discuss some things with you. Away from earshot of the others.
It's fine. And he'll just start heading to his tent. And when he gets there, he'll just hold it open after you.
She'll nod and enter.
Now, with my guess, there's two things this could be about. It could be about Shorty, or it could be about Clanky. So, I'm all ears.
Great prognosticator. It's about both of them and more.
Well, Half-Light, yeah, the ears of the boss. So, what can I do for you?
She chuckles a little bit. I assume not many get that pleasure.
Most that get the ears of the boss are speaking their pleas. Ain't many I can respect to stand at the same level and speak to me. You've already shown me that you got the strength. So.
She's had a little bit to drink, so inhibitions are kind of out of here. I'm worried. Deeply worried. She'll take a seat if there's a table or something.
Yeah, he's got a big ass bed, he's got chairs and a big ass table, and then a loot corner, and then a throne.
Of skulls?
There are skulls all over it, yes.
Make a demi-lich. When I heard that Ned was killed and Fractal was the one that did it, that tore my heart. And I'm concerned about what Fractal is making. I know Bellum's gone, and I suppose I should tell you where I went when I entered the ley line. God, what exactly did I see when I entered the ley line? What did...
You went to your temple. It transported you to your temple.
I was transported to the Temple of Saloon, and I took some time. As you know, it was a few days. I talked and I prayed, and she showed me a few things, and I returned. As you can see by her now white cloak. A little bit different, but not too much. And I saw what happened, and I know this is more the alcohol talking, but since the time I've known Fractal, I know he's been gaining emotions, new experiences, and with what he's learned when he entered his ley line and what he's gathered, but still I'm concerned. I'm still so worried why he had to do that to Ned. Thankfully you're alive, and she just holds her hand on her head. I'm just worried things are going to get worse eventually.
Well, I was fond of Ned. Ain't a whole lot of individuals with the gut to talk down on me. Which is funny, because he's short. But even though he understood that I could break him like a stick, he knew that I'd be something that he might have to kill, or at least try. And he made sure to remind me consistently that no matter how bad the circumstances might be against him in a fight against me, that were I to warrant it to him, he would do it, or he'd die trying. And that's a lot of gut, and I respected him for it. But
Yeah,
the way that him and Clanky got along, it ain't nearly the same. They hated each other, and they needed to sort that out eventually. Whether it's through mind control, or through a final breaking point that they see from the other, they were gonna try to kill each other. The worst part is, it had to be under circumstances of a wretched magic effect to do it. That's what I regret. I knew that one of them had to die by the end of the story. For it to happen that way, he would have been like pacing around the room as he says this, and he pulls up on his throne, and he picks up a skull off of it. For it to happen that way, and he's just gonna break it under his fist. I hate it!
I cared for Ned, and Fractal I respect the hell out of. I know he's an asshole, but I know he's just uncovering stuff, but I do respect the hell out of him. I know he doesn't think I do, but I do. I guess I have come to care for him too. It's this whole situation, I wish I didn't have to leave. You as well.
Things require your attention. Ain't no shame in it. Just 'cause you can't be everywhere at once, you can't knock yourself down for. I couldn't be here for the boys when I had that whole predicament. The boys almost collapsed as I was gone. But they're still here, standing strong, ready to take on the world again at my side. And they held out.
Yes, they have. They are a good war band. Although I do have a question.
Go on.
Are you really going to keep Bob lying around for long? I fear for his safety. What do you think of him?
You favor his safety? That's a hell of a warrior, owe me or not.
He may be a warrior, but he's an idiot.
Well, he's right at home.
Oh, don't you cut yourself that short. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm talking about me. I'm well aware that the warband ain't exactly the most brain cells in the world. But that's just fine. As long as they understand that what I tell them is the right way, they'll learn. That's one of the good things about orcs.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you got the power, your words have weight. And as stupid as they are, they understand the importance of listening. When the boss tells you something, the boss is right. If you think the boss is wrong, you better keep it in your fucking mouth.
All this time I've gotten to know you guys. You're still the one here. Despite your size and strength and your intimidation factor, you do have a modicum of common sense of leadership, which I guess is fair, considering the fact that you're the leader of a warband. I'm proud to know you, Kagaz.
Of course I'm gonna lead a ship. They need me to. If I can't lead, I ain't the boss. Same thing with me old man. He ain't a good leader, and now he's dead.
So much happening. Kagaz, I don't mean to be out of place, but I don't want to be alone tonight.
Oh,
He's gonna get a smirk on his face and like lean in. Well, what does that mean?
Oh, part of Fractal's plan.
My machinations of my mind are beyond your mortal concerns.
Fractal works in mysterious ways.
Fractal just thought Sutha needed to get laid, so we needed to piss her off. That was the plan the whole time.
She just chuckles and smiles at him. I think you know what that means, big man.
Well, you do have the strength. He's like rubbing his iron jaw. I wouldn't exactly be opposed.
Do you, Kagaz, leader of the Skullbreakers Warband, accept this proposition?
oh.
He paces around the room again. You know... He smiles, turns back to her. No, I don't.
Your wisdom is greater than I thought. Very well.
Well, you see, I may be an orc, but I at least got a brain.
Fair enough. It was worth a shot.
He gives a big smile. But I wouldn't be opposed to you sleeping in here. If you really don't want to be alone.
I can accept that. That's fair.
Well, came to a compromise. He's just got his hands up like, well, you learn that when you're the boss, you get all the best things. As he moves one of the curtains and you see a big-ass bed with all these trophies and adornments all around it.
Mm-hmm.
After you.
Damn.
Orc and a gentleman.
Now that's the first time I've heard that.
Despite what people say about us orcs, you are a gentleman, Kagaz.
He just squints his eyes a little bit while he's still got the grin on. Well, glad to have such a visage in your mind.
And she'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
You
Let's see,
are
cast Guardian of Faith.
you're upset enough that the raucous
It
sounds
just turns
of
into.
drumming and Waaagh that continue into the early dawn don't disturb your sleep.
Unfortunately, this is actually an entire elaborate scenario for Robin Hood Men in Tights. So she's actually wearing an entire
chastity belt.
Yeah.
That's gonna chafe my
That's gonna
willy.
chafe my willy.
Call it up,
Chastity
Sid.
belt?
Also, Liv, if you wanted like a quote unquote map to have
For the
for
warband?
the warband,
Yeah.
I would say, what's the
I got
setup
like
of-
an orcish
to get up?
village.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, that's nice.
It's an orcish camp kind of looking thing. It's not the true size of the warband,
no,
but it's just a visual. It's just a great visual. I'm sure you all know which one of them is Cockeyes.
Yeah.
You'll see it in a moment.
See it.
I'm working on it. I gotta put it in there.
Yeah.
I gotta put it in the roll 20.
Anyway. Yeah, Cockeyes would have.
Been a gentleman.
Yep.
We all know he is. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually pulled out a cot and is like sleeping on the floor right next to the bed.
Nah, he'd be sleeping in his throne.
I was about to say, I don't know if he'd go that far.
He'd be sleeping in his throne. He'd just sit in it, put his fist
yeah.
up, and just fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
It's a comfortable enough throne as well.
Yeah, he would have dished it out to make it both intimidating and then everything that he covers up with his body is comfy. So
Alright.
you only see the intimidating parts when he's sitting in it. Everything else covered in all these furs and pelts to make it super comfy.
Furs and pelts are intimidating if they're from an intimidating creature.
That's right.
There you go. It's beautiful.
So blurry, perfect depiction.
It
Hey,
just needs
blurry.
to focus. It's not
Shut
blurry
up.
for me.
I ain't blurry.
There we
Holy
go.
shit.
All right. So
Granted
next
that Kagaz already did a full rest earlier. He's
Yep.
just doing like just chilling. So he'd be up early in the morning.
oh yeah.
Well,
Where are the shamans and stuff at?
The shamans and stuff would be probably down here or in
Okay.
here.
All right.
so the next morning.
The weird boys are down here outside of the.
Yeah.
For safety purposes.
Fractal leaves his tower,
Gabos.
and he is followed by. Because I want to remember, Fractal's 5'11", but what follows out behind him is pushing 7'4".
Oh.
A massive metal bone-clad skeleton. And do you have an armory?
We do?
Guys. All right. Fractal's heading for it.
Without permission
There'll
from
be a
the
couple-
war boss,
There'll be a couple of boys in the way.
there will be several boys in the way.
Hmm.
It's the only ones with authority to let people in there or not is Volrig, Grozag, and Kagaz.
And
Alright.
Ulrich and Grozak are not doing that without Kagaz's say-so since he's back.
Yep. And they're knocked the fuck out because they drank a lot.
They sure
So
do.
you'd have to go to Kagaz.
How many boys?
I'd say the general that we would have watching over the armory be about 6.
Yeah.
Not worth it. I'll go and find
It
Kagas.
would not be a small number.
There's a difference from whooping somebody who disrespects you and then just trying to attack them to get past them.
Yeah. That was taken into account for Fractal's fucks to give. It's like fair amount.
Especially because then
Come
Kagas
on.
would be like, "You're breaking into my fucking armory. I'm gonna beat your ass myself."
Sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go find Kagas.
You guys would be up pretty early. You'd just
Kagas.
be patrolling around. What do you want, Clanky?
I need a weapon for my newest soldier, and I'm just chibi sized beneath this bone colossus behind me.
It is fucking huge.
Eyebrow raised. What kind of weapon would that thing use?
It needs a. I'm thinking to defend me accurately, it needs a glaive. So, but if you don't got any of those, I'll take an axe and just something else. I'll whittle it out. And just increase the heft.
He's looking up at it. This one ain't gonna stab you, is it?
No, 0 chance of free will. I put extra runes in the back of its head for that. It'll blow up if it tries.
Well, as long as that's the case, let's see if we got a spare. You see, the boys don't like that. He's gonna be basically walking to the armory.
Yep.
You see, the boys ain't like glaives. They're long and pokey, and it's what Umis use to keep distance.
Glazes are slashing.
He looks back over his shoulder. I want to say that's smart.
Fair enough.
So, if one of them had an extra and tossed it in the armory, I'm sure there ain't gonna be a single one of them that said it's gone.
Good. I'm trying a new recipe for this one. I put a lot of extra shit into it.
Let's see who we got on duty this morning.
Extra milk for this thing.
It's gonna stroll up and see the boys watching the mouth of the armory. All right, which one of you gets is in charge of this little entourage?
The beefiest
Then you
one
could-
with the largest teeth steps forward. Because of course.
Drugnals.
Dreadnought's got it.
So, how many Umis you deal with lately?
Not that many, boss, but we've taken some down. Why?
Blanky here needs a glaive. Or anything equivalent. Albert. Any of that lying around back there, or am I about to waste my time?
That's them pokey gits.
That's right.
We got a few of them. How big does
All
it
right.
need?
Looks behind. What is the size of the average orc?
Average
Fucking
orc.
huge.
Like
Yeah.
6 to 7 foot tall.
All right. So
That's the big boys.
in the same size range, the skeleton just looks at him.
That
I
one.
haven't-
For that.
I haven't named it yet.
We got them for that size. I'll be right back. He trudges in, comes back with a fair-sized glaive.
The large skeleton, dubbed the Necronic Guard, eyes flash green and walks forward to grab it if he's got it offered out.
Yeah, he hands it to
I guess
Kagas.
Kagas would take it from Drugnaz.
Dreadnoughts. I got it written down now.
He'll look at it. Well, that's one of the boys that you got already in the World Anvil.
Sick.
Yeah, I said I had the list up from the ones that you made.
Oh. Someone actually uses my world anvil. Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome.
Inspiration.
Inspiration, yes.
I haven't given everyone inspiration in a while, have I?
No.
Well,
Kaga's
I
gonna
think-
take it, hold it up, and look at it. I ain't seen nothing wrong with this one. And drop it in the hands of the skeleton guard, or necrotic guard.
Once it lands in the hands of this thing, the edge of it for a second gets an extra sheen of green on it, and then fades.
Mm-hmm. That's some
it-
magic.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This one was a smidge more expensive than most of the other skeletons put together.
Granted that the other skeletons are just bone. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna be making a whole lot of these, but I'm also making a journal for the recipes I've got.
Well, he looks it up and down. You build normally these.
We'd have to make a pit stop in the Feywild to get some blood, but yeah. I'm not kidding. I used the fairy dragon blood in this. All of it.
Well, if it can keep you alive, one less job for me.
That's the goal. Extra binary take is a...
Well, I think I let Sutha get enough beauty sleep.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, is that where she slept last night?
It is.
Gives him a thumbs up.
Eyebrow up.
She seems stressed after she got done yelling at me.
Oh, who would have guessed that?
I'm not a people bot.
I'm not a people orc.
Clearly, your charisma's better than mine. Stairs pointed at the fourth wall.
There's through the fourth wall. Brr.
It was doing a strange thing before I sewed its mouth shut, or more welded anyway. It was clacking and making a strange keening noise that kept doing horrid things to me. So that might be something to play with in the future. Make it like a manual opening lever like system. But this is what I can do right now.
Well, if the thing ever runs rampant, I'll be perfectly fine crushing it to dust.
Fair enough.
Like the other one.
That's because it had a pesky thing called free will, and I know that that's clearly a bad thing when it's you don't curate the soul that's stuck in there, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. I sure as hell wasn't gonna try and shove that other bastard's skull onto it, but we left that back at the previous area.
I have need of a head of talent. Again, sit there and rot.
Yep. He's on another Ivy trip. What is Akbak doing?
What is Akbak doing, Norvin?
Hackback is up and looking around for the war chief to figure out what they're supposed to be doing.
You would find him outside the armory pretty easily. Probably
on,
walking
boss.
back towards the tent.
He's gonna limp.
What we doing today?
He looks Akbak up and down. There ain't a lot of blood, so you weren't fighting.
No, I was procreating.
Uh-huh. Well, as long as you're in fighting shape.
Wow.
Ain't no fucking clue.
Your flesh bag tendencies.
Neither of them
disturb me to
believe
this
that
day.
you fuck.
Well, Kagaz is going to find out in about however long a gestational period for a goblin is.
I'm not looking
It's-
it up.
That he indeed does.
It's
Yeah, you're
short.
going to make it up.
Goblins get born shortly. That's why they're so plentiful.
Yeah, they're horde tactic. That's not the only reason they're alive. There's so few people otherwise. He's a mutant.
It's not that he doesn't believe Akbak fucks. He just doesn't believe that that's what made him so tired. So he doesn't believe in the quantity. He's like, I don't think he actually did if it made him that tired.
Okay, it depends. Is it a hobgoblin or just a regular goblin?
Okay, it worked. Good.
Hobgoblins aren't in his warband. They have their own military hierarchy system, and they wouldn't get
Okay.
along well with the warband.
20 to 25 days.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I told you it was short. Like a month at most.
So he's single-handedly going to repopulate your warband of goblins that have died from throwing incidents, and they're probably gonna all inherit the.
There's
sheer
a reason why. There's a reason why there's still goblins in the warband. It's because of how quickly they reproduce.
And I think he's about to make like a little fucking berserker tour of your.
Well,
Depend on how well he fucked, and it determines how many little fighter his kids get.
well, now that your little guard is armed and Akbak showed up, let's go get Sutha. And he's just gonna start walking back to his big ass tent.
You go looking for the crater he left her in.
He's gonna pull up to it, move the curtain out of the doorway.
I'm not going in there.
I didn't say you were allowed anyway. I was about to tell you to wait in. And he's just gonna walk in, then walk to his bedchamber. Oi, princess. The sun's shining and there's things that need unliving.
No response.
You gonna walk up to the side of the bed? Boy.
No response.
He still laying there asleep.
Do you pull back the covers to see?
Yes.
There's no one in your bed.
He's gonna push him back.
Nope.
Ah. Well.
No half-light.
He's gonna step out of his bedroom and look around the rest of the chief tent.
No sign
Nobody?
of it. Nope.
He's gonna have a vein in the top of his head pop out. It's gotta be the Afumi. Being a fucking problem. Walk outside of the tent. Well, that flood ain't in there.
Poking out from under Fractal's hat is a little servo skull. What these about? See if you can get a high view. See where she ran off to. And just straight up, like a little a UAV drone, will just float right above my head and start looking around.
Okay.
First guess is where that Umi is.
Make a perception check.
All right, Mortissimo, pulling up back at it again. Perception. Oh, lovely, super. This is at advantage. Yeah, keen sight. 24.
Nice. Didn't even need it.
Yeah, she's with the Umi.
Yeah, she seems to be with your new cosplay fan.
Should really get him an axe. At least a hammer. All right, let's go.
But well, clearly she's already had enough of hammers. She seems to be limping.
No, she doesn't actually. That's weird. That's not what you thought happened in there.
Strange. Thought they were just wrestling.
Well, I'm gonna stroll down to where Sutha and Bobolan are at.
Yep. Mortiz will go back under my hat, and I'll follow behind with my hitherto unnamed Necrona Guardian.
Yep.
I gotta think of one. I'm actually gonna randomly generate one. Let's see. So we find Sutha.
Yep. Sutha, what you been doing, girl? Sutha?
You know, it's muted.
No.
I'm back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
She's talking to Bob. She went back to where he was after he was done recuperating, and they're just having conversation. Assume the two little gobbos are nearby, but yeah, they're just talking.
Oh yeah. They're sitting by. They're just kind of listening.
Just engaging in small talk.
One of the guard gobbos definitely would have shouted out like, "Oh, it's the boss!"
Boss.
As Kage strolls up. Well, here's where I about expected you to be.
Yes, I was just talking with Bob. He was very worn out, very tired from y'all's test yesterday.
But I wouldn't have it any other
she'll
way.
Put her hands to her head. Unfortunate. Oh my god.
Well, you got a homie's make, but you got the spirit of a warrior. So, you're gonna get used to this.
Good.
Time will tell if your spirit can last, and if your body can keep up.
It's kept up this long.
Bob, you
That it
mother.
is.
She'll walk up to Kagaz. By the way, thank you for last night. I mean, you were very kind, and she'll just kind of whisper in his ear, "Thank you. Thank you for everything."
Well, ain't no problems. Anyway, I assume we've got things to do. For one, as I'm back, that'll kick it into the minds of some of these other less inclined grots to keep to their training. I also had some scouts go on about to find something for them to point at.
Is Fractal nearby, or Fractal and Akbach nearby, or are they still kind of doing their own thing?
I imagine we followed him.
They would have
Akbak
been
is
right
standing
behind
at
me.
attention right behind him.
Fractal's
Or as close to attention as Akbak gets.
Right on his
Slightly
shoulder.
fucking vibrating. No, Akbak won't climb on his shoulder unless the war chief tells him to.
Fractal's nearby doing some last minute checks on his fucking bot.
Oh, we do know there's a ley line nearby, but that is up to y'all.
Well,
Look at Fractal, and then look back to Kagaz and the rest.
for one,
Ley line? What's that?
Kages looks down at Akbak. It's something that you'll never understand. But, he points to Fractal, is what he uses to do all of his weird shit. In essence.
Oh.
Anyway, I need to head to the other side of this wretched continent to find out what's going on over there. I suppose we could do the thing on the way. Besides, it's been a while since I've been in the Winterlands. Perhaps I'll find some good gits to send back here.
Perhaps we can make a detour, visit the ley line first, and then go take care of that business, but that is up to your call, War Chief.
Well, I don't remember when you were inducted into the war band.
I'm not.
You
I'm just
calling
giving
me
you
a chief?
suggestion. Consider it honorary. You know, you've accepted us into your house.
I suppose you got a point. Well, let me speak with them scouts. Get these boys something to get some practical training for once. Anyway, in that regard, Liv, I know I just kind of pulled it out of my ass, but Kages would have had scouts going about to find something big, something tough, and something mean for them to deal with.
Let's see.
Of course. Wait, wouldn't have it any other way.
Of course.
That's right. They've been sitting here training as he told them, and now that he's back and they've gotten some training in like he has, he's going to point them at something to test that training on.
Let's see what that is.
I hear there's a bargain bin sale on Shadow Dragons.
That feels lame. I'm gonna re-roll that one. Okay. That's the same thing on a different number.
What was it? That tactical RPG, tactical game and shit.
I'm gonna roll it one more time, and if I get the same thing, then that's what it's supposed to be. No.
There's a fairy dragon. I want it.
That's a 2.
That's what we need is more fairy dragons.
I just need their blood.
Guess I will message the 2 options to Shane and the war chief, or I'll tell him because they would have seen both. If I got, yeah, there we go. I'll do it that way. They got the options, and the war chief gets to pick. So the scouts, commandos, because they are good scouts, come up to you. Yes, I did my research, Pyro. Fuck off.
Yay!
They tell you that they have seen 11. They've seen a pack of 11 wereboars. Or
You don't have to go specifics with the numbers. You just say what they are, and it'll just be a lot.
Orchids!
Oh my! I imagine the wereboars were the disappointing one.
yes.
Well,
Make the transformations.
wereboars. I suppose that wouldn't be too bad. Have them fighting things their own size. Not sure how they'd fare against Gorgons. Give me just 1 second. Kaga's gonna think this over.
That's fair.
The Gorgons wouldn't be too good.
What's a
Considering
Gorgon?
they're a real pretty bitch that'll put you in a hell of a time.
Oh, I had some of those last night.
Oh my god.
Rolls his eyes. And the Gorgons would be too much loss for no reward. They wouldn't get as much practical use out of it. And then explaining the whole thing to them. Alright. He'll look up at the commandos. Spread the words to the knobs. Gonna be hunting some wereboars.
Alright. And they go forth and begin to disseminate the information to the knobs.
I'm gonna say that the list that you have on the World Anvil are all the knobs that like take on the leadership roles of the regular boys.
Valid.
Or his corporals or something.
You do
Basically.
have knobs. Good to know.
The squad leaders.
Corporals are like the 3rd lowest rank in the army, so pick a different rank.
Like staff
Well,
sergeant,
since
or-
you're so versed in it, could you give me one? Oh, Sage, Sage Willow Elder. I
Nito
beg
just
of you.
gave off a really good one, actually.
But I'd rather
Staff
sass
sergeant.
you. Thank
Staff
you.
sergeant.
Thank you, Nito.
Yeah,
See,
that
Nito
does.
wants solutions. I only want problems for Northern.
Because
You only
it's
want problems.
they're PFCs, which is private
Uh-huh.
fucking citizen, or
Uh-huh.
private first
Private
class.
first-
I was about to
Class.
say.
There's the
was about to say.
private, and then there's corporal,
Thank you. I am
and then lance corporal.
I'm gonna lance you in the anyway.
I'm gonna lance your
Anyway.
corporal.
He has them spread that knowledge so they can get their boys ready.
Yeah, spread the
Head
knowledge
on
like
out.
Akbak spread his oats.
Yep. Sure.
All right, they're gonna gather a hunting party for those werewolves,
Huh.
and
A, s-
go on.
a significant portion of your goblins are moving slower than usual. It's weird.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
About 30%
They'll figure
of
it
the
out.
goblins that are moving slower are not female.
Yo.
I said 70-30 favoring women for the harem.
Damn.
Anyway,
Absolutely, Mel is in charge.
Dear God. There have been more named NPCs here than like 30%.
Have I never shown you Mel, Nito?
No. Okay, Claire Brooks.
That's Mel, and that is Akbak's first wife.
What
okay,
I
that
asked,
picture.
what I
Okay.
said, sorry, Nathan, but I
Fine.
feel justified in asking as I said, is she dead too?
Okay, that makes sense.
Why is
Oh, just found her.
And I went, ah, okay, yes, I understand.
that is a lot of pink?
Yes,
Very much so.
that's her aesthetic.
stolen dyes from people that are umis that we ran into, probably. Yeah, make it pink.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if you just wash the blood out, but not very
You look-
well.
Wash things.
Hey, just cover it with more dye.
Yeah, but more.
Hey, I would like to say that she's just as insane as him, just in a different flavor.
Yeah.
All goblins are fucking
She-
mental.
That's hard
wants-
to believe. That's hard
She
to believe.
wants to be cute, for some unknown fucking reason.
I've never seen a goblin magical girl before. What class is she? Sorcerer?
Warlock.
Oh,
Warlock.
for fuck's sake!
Mystic.
No.
No.
Well, after a hunting party is
If we
formed.
really want to go crazy, we can just say she's, a great old one.
Oh boy. Peered into the void. Well,
Stacked into the void.
once a hunting party, because this would not be something to mobilize the full warband to.
Of
More of the new recruits led by a couple of knobs. Boboline would be included in this.
Yay! Boboline is very happy.
I
Earn
mean,
his
Boboline,
in terms
yeah,
of-
he needs to earn his stripes. That's one of them.
I mean, depending on what you use for statting for the average orc, Boboline's a fucking unit.
He's a unit, but he needs to prove himself.
Yeah.
He's got to prove
So it's
that
not
he's a
certain
unit
death, you know. He's probably
consistently.
stronger than pure stat wise. He's stronger than most of the average orc here.
Yeah, the only
think-
ones who could be on par with him is another knob. But
Yeah, what are you using for their? I'm curious. There's several orcs here.
I have a couple of different
Uh,
stat blocks that I used for them last
gotcha.
week, remember?
the Knight, Gladiator,
I
the
wasn't there
War
for
Chief.
props because you used several.
Yeah.
Most of the
I
ones
wouldn't-
that fought in the arena were like strong, but
Gotcha.
not the
It
knobs.
was like a
Yeah, they were
knight,
like CR5
gladiator,
at the
berserker.
highest, I think. They were
Ah,
between
you
two
Yeah,
and
the
Berserker.
five.
gladiator. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, she's not using orc war chief for all of them, are they?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I think the lowest was what, a CR2, CR3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the average of them was like CR4 or 5. But yeah, they were strong orcs, but they weren't the knobs. The knobs had no reason to jump in the arena. Because he told like some of the other ones that wanted
Neither
to test
did
their
the
metal.
fucking war chief, but he did.
Well, the war chief was happy to be back and seeing the rumbling in the blood pit, so he jumped in and said, "Let's fucking go!"
He was
But
establishing dominance and merriment.
yeah, that's it. He wanted to join in the bloodshed because it was fun.
See, orcs have a significantly shitty memory, and they're not very smart. So the old ones have been here a while, and if it's some new guys, I mean, you got to establish the legends. Did you know the war boss? He grew like magic. He's got the eye of Dork or Mork on him. He's the one true Git.
He's
Yes.
probably more of a Gork than a Mork.
Or was it Mork? He's cunningly brutal, or he's brutally cunning.
Cunningly brutal.
I think
'cause
cunning-
He's the one
I
who
think
will look
cunning-
you in the eyes and make it hurt.
The joke is the orcs don't even remember
I
who's who
know
anymore.
they don't. They don't.
Oh god, what the fuck is that?
Every time they bring it up, bruh. Every time they bring it up, they're like, "Gork's cunningly brutal, and Mork's brutally cunning." And then, like the next time they do it, they'll switch it and not even realize.
Of course.
I love these. I love orcs. They're almost having a fun time in 40k.
Well, he's gonna
Unfortunately-
gather up that hunting party.
All
Alright, Gitz. You got some blood to spill, and they're in the form of fucking pigs. Now, I don't want a single one of you leaving that battlefield without skinning out a couple of teeth. And he's gonna point at Babylon. And make sure that Umi does his share.
Doesn't share?
Does
his
his
share.
share.
Oh, does his share. Okay, good.
Boss, am I going?
No, we got different things to do, Pipsqueak.
Oh.
Yeah, so looking forward to Norvin's third character.
This one just has a heart attack. Fucking.
Alright,
Oh my god.
gonna see. Who would he probably send? Chakranak! Zokraz! You're leading this hunt! Get in there and spill some flesh and blood!
Awesome. Yay. They're very excited.
And they're gonna lead off that hunting party to go
Yup.
where the commando described those pack of wereboars were. Alright.
Yeah, they weren't very
That'll give him some practical training. He's gonna turn towards the actual party. So, I need to speak to my right and left hand, and then we can start heading to that ley line.
Fair enough.
We're doing the ley line next, alright.
Alright, you do that. I'll be over here play with my toys.
That's not what I prepared for, but okay. I will prepare.
Let me know when you know where we're
So,
going.
Put us back on the continent map real quick.
Yep.
Always expect the unexpected.
Did you?
No one even tried to convince him. He just said, "Hi."
I know.
Very
Okay.
persuasive.
Very persuasive.
Hey,
It's more of Kaga's thought about it. The Winterlands holds a different kind of orc in it. A
Uh-huh.
different breed. So, he thought
You're gonna
about
have
it
to
since
tell
he's
me
about to
about
go. Tougher skin. Tougher head. Anyway, I will tell you about that. But, granted that he would want to go the south route, because he doesn't want to go through Zion again.
Valid.
It would put us near here anyway as we were walking the path.
Put us near
So,
here.
yeah. Go on the
Yeah.
south path.
Yeah.
You know, what's that place called?
The
Hearing?
other warband is over here.
I know. Either way, we
I mean,
travel
if you really wanna-
south and then west. It'll end up going to Dorndaral anyway.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
Hmm.
So once we get around here, take a detour, head south, get to that ley line, go back up.
There you go.
Now, remind me, Liv. Since I I was found by Sutha on a different continent, and we came through. We came through the south, right?
Yes, you did.
Or-
You met in Ansemont, which is over here.
Right. Ansemont, and then we made our way past the Rhymedale stronghold.
Yes.
How easy was it to get past that? Because they seem to be holding onto the pass.
Well, the whole point of the Rhymedale stronghold is that they are the checkpoint for anybody passing through the gap in the Rhymedale Mountains. So, it's more of like a checkpoint, but not like a military one. It's what's like a
Okay.
rest stop, more or less, is the best way to say it. Is it's like, hey, it's gonna be rough travel from here on out if you need to stock up or take some time to rest and resupply. If you have any equipment that was damaged, this is a good, safe place. And it's also, it's close enough to everything in the south that they provide the main military support to the towns if needed. But they're not there as like a none shall pass. It's more of like a, hey,
Got it.
we're a good stop on the way in to make sure you have everything you need before you go into the frozen southern tundra.
Also, I imagine a stronghold built in the choke point of two big ass mountains would be reinforced greatly just to serve as a military key point,
Yes.
Got it.
regardless if it's in active use or not. So it would
Extreme
probably be
conditions,
large.
extreme environment, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not a restricted area is the point I'm trying to get to. It is very useful for military operations, and if it ever becomes dangerous, then it's restricted. But it is primarily there to help travelers, especially merchants and supply caravans that are traveling through the southern bit, or from the southern bit into other parts of Ascaria.
Just Q 3 weeks later, everyone's huddled around a fractal in a cave, just
So
hands around his head.
warm. He's so warm.
It's just the deep pull. This one, the fucking
Mhm.
Pokemon episode. They're huddled around fucking Charmander.
Also, doesn't I know Kaga's got those continual flames and Sutha has continual flame.
I don't think those provide heat, do they?
Also, Kagaz wants to travel south because we've already been to all these other places,
Yep.
Well,
and
yeah.
he thinks we could run into other stuff in other towns and in paths we haven't gone. That would
Yeah.
be fun.
Plus, if you're being tracked by a lich, you really don't want to be backtracking to where you used to be. So south seems like a good idea to fractal.
Whoa.
That was a bot. That's a
Oh,
bot.
good.
Sarah. Yep.
But yes, since he had to leave the boys, and they would have, or well, he had to leave the boys twice. One, they didn't know he'd do it, so they definitely collapsed a lot since then. And then two, only the most devoted and the most willing would have stayed after he put Fulrig and Grozak in charge to train them up. So the reason why he's okay with going to the south is if you went over a south, or if you went over the kind of orcs in a tribe that lives in the Frostlands, those are some fucking warriors.
That's very true.
So, and he's already planning on going to Dorn Dural to basically assimilate that warband into his own.
Nice.
So, go south, get some more.
You know what you call an orc that is built to withstand the Frostlands?
What do you call them?
A Goliath.
That's definitely not what they are, but Goliaths are more of like giant descent, aren't they?
Frost orc. Giant. Close enough. They're big boys. They're big,
Yeah.
beefy boys.
They're big boys.
And they are naturally resistant to cold, if I remember correctly. Where they can, like,
It's true.
Cold
shrug it
temperature
off
is
a
not
couple
cold
times
damage.
a day, something like that.
It's weird. Yeah.
More of like an extreme environment kind of thing. That
Yeah, it's not cold damage.
sadly.
which is weird to me.
Yeah. There's another one that does that with heat, but I don't know.
I mean,
Can't remember.
I have a table for like different like giant kin glass, but no, before Dom could use it, he had to dip the first time around.
Ah. Well, either way,
Either way.
gotta speak to the right and left hand. Gotta speak to Volric and Grazak.
All right.
Probably would have seen like checking over something, making sure people are functioning properly, because
As
it's
they
kind of their
do.
job. Or empty skulls, get over here.
They amble on over to you.
I'm sure you can tell what it is about to be about. I stopped by and I made sure you're all doing what you're supposed to. But I still got things going on outside that need to be taken care of.
Right.
So, I sent some of the newer gits to get some training. Hunt down a pack of werewolves. Once they get back, I'm gonna keep it on them. Don't let up the pressure. Make sure they understand that they need to be strong. And then, I'm gonna tell you, you need to use the commandos to find more hunts that are more to their level, so that you can get them up to speed. You got it?
Yes, well, boss.
Good. Now, don't go hunting the plains into oblivion. Do it in moderation. Make sure they didn't get worn out and die too often. Don't need the numbers dropping again.
Got it.
Also, if you come across a group of ogres, beat them down. Get them in here. We need that level of firepower.
On it, war boss.
Good. Also, looks down at Akbak. Looks back at him. If you see any more goblins acting like this one, make sure they don't die as quickly as the others. We need that mentality to spread.
Got it. We'll keep an eye out for them.
Good. Alright, you lobs. Back to your work. And turns to Fractal.
Question: did your warband stay on this area specifically?
This is generally where we make the forts.
Mm,
We had
no-
migrated beforehand,
Okay.
but this place is easy to settle in, and it's a good place to keep them training.
Okay, I just need to know, like, and this is general area, okay. And Fractal's going to take out his notes and write down some sigils. Kind of like fancy coordinates. I'll let you live what I'm doing.
Normally, when I'm leading them, we keep this place sort of secured with a couple, as I lead a band out into some distant area to deal with something that we found. But there's usually a good return spot. Sometimes when we make it back and we find out that some gnolls or some other gits have tried to settle in, and we got more to kill.
They kind of, they're a little like, they kind of raise their eyebrows at you, but they'll nod at you.
Kages looks down at Akbak. Hold on now. When you say magic, we talking weird boy status.
Should it be?
No. She says her sugar daddy gives her magic.
Oh god. It's just Cthulhu with cocaine.
Kages looks up at Grazag and Volric. Whatever the hell that means. I
She
guess,
called him Huster.
looks down at Halfback. Whatever the hell she calls it. If she acts like you, I suppose the goblins have somebody to. Kind of looks back up at Grazak and Volrig. I guess the goblins have a ringleader. Make sure she stays in line, though. On about to have an insurrection again.
Definitely.
All right. Back to your work.
They nod and they get back to work.
Well, anyone else got something they want to do with my warband before we head out?
Wait. One last thing. Fractal turns towards his tower, which I imagine still some goblins have been poking at, and now that he's gotten out of bed and left it open, and he snaps his fingers and it collapses back into dirt.
Oh.
They would have fucking ran the moment that thing started moving.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
been like,
Just sinks back into the ground.
That definitely keep a couple of goblins occupied for a few hours as they get the courage to walk up to it after it
Yeah.
collapses.
Yep. And depending on how long a spell lasts, if they're stupid enough. Let me
Oh
see.
no.
What's the
how long does it-
spell?
Let me see, how long does that last?
Till
Until
triggered?
And until triggered. So
Oh, no.
at least one goblin.
The best part is that you've been leaving these around.
I have. Not my problem. Afterwards.
So you've probably killed several people that are just wandering and that start just
Yep. So
snatches that out.
So after we left, or we see one goblin, the bravest little goblin, walks up to it because it's invisible. It walks up to it, and then gets its head just fucking chomped off by an ethereal snake that burns into fire.
God. That's probably happened to a couple of travelers too.
Yep. Dead gobbo.
Yeah, that ought to do it. But
Or if you really want to play it, knocked out goblin on some of them, and then probably murdered and eaten by its comrades. No, actually, no. 7 HP. That works it.
yeah,
Never mind.
that would kill it. Yeah. Just gets fucking vaporized.
Fractal looks at I've left a lot of those around. I don't think there's it feeds on the ambient mana. Oops.
Well, I suppose Javessa wasn't the only one leaving a trail of bodies in a way.
You've got a point. Well,
When is a group of adventurers going to come and try and kill us?
They really should.
who's to say they aren't?
We are definitely a quest board fucking request.
Oh, we're the baddies. the flaming skull man.
It's all. Yeah,
Live,
yeah. Think it
live,
over. Yeah.
Live. They haven't linked us to any specific crimes yet.
The best part is I had just finished catching up in Goblin Slayer, so the first thing I thought of was a group of adventurers. It's like, oh, we're gonna take these guys out, no problem, and then we fucking obliterate them.
I'm just Fractal's just doing the default dance in the background as these adventurers have been.
Make an adventure party of similar composition to ours and throw them at us so that we can decimate them. Yeah,
Please
similar
give it-
composition. Have like a big old frontliner, have a support caster, have a damage caster. You know.
By all means, hand me another wizard spellbook.
That would actually be really funny to split the campaign into two as I'm like, all right, make similar characters to your main characters.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make a divination cleric.
The
problem
Christmas
is-
special.
Problem is
God
we're
damn
gonna
it.
fucking we're gonna take ourselves down.
Yeah, gotta bring Sir Horace back. Be like, revenge for these fuckers.
No, that man is dead.
That
That
means
man's
I destroyed that sigil. That's gone.
The
He'll find a
gods
way.
are
Fucking
never putting
destroyed.
that man back in a body. They're like, we gave you a chance. The creators straight
You
up brought
fucked it
him
up.
up and are like, we gave you
Did
a
they?
chance. 500 years
Hang
later,
on,
they're
hang
like,
on.
we gave you a
Which-
chance and you fucking wrecked it. You get to sit in mega hell forever.
Hang on. What god had a hand in that? I put a sigil on that fucker. I got that wrong. Ain't no spook taking credit for my bullshit.
The pettiest
You may have
fuck
animated
around.
the body, but you're not the one that put that soul in there.
Boo. Boo, I say. Fuck the spooks.
I mean, the body
That's what
that
I'm
you
saying.
put that
That's
sigil
what we need to
on,
march in there
the
and
body
just
you put that
storm
sigil on was a fucking halfling, and he got fucking stretched when Horus got put in there.
Necromancy does some fucky things. I just assumed that a god wouldn't be involved with that. But alright.
You don't know?
Well, anyway, let's
Apparently I do
begin
now.
our journey. If no one has
Nope. Let's go, boo. Well, I
Alright.
tally up how many times I've cast that
Did
fucking
we
spell.
want to gather anything from the shamans? I know we pointed those out. Do they have anything?
Not me. What about you?
Oh, what do the shamans have? I don't know if we asked or anything.
We didn't.
I mean, what?
I
they'd
mean, I
probably have,
imagine
like-
they'd have like small levels of potions and reagents and things like that.
Yeah,
Look
like
at this
basic.
stuff. Isn't it neat? Look at all my trash in this big heap.
It would be, it'd be like basic kind of shit.
They have things like Eye of Newt and shit. They have Pig of Ass. They have
Do you have
Shit.
any spell components that you need that require a cost?
me? No.
Me? No.
All right, how many
Uh,
basic potions do they have, or do they have any higher than that? What do they have?
I would say they have up to, it's basic, and then it's greater is the next one up.
Greater, yeah.
They could have up to a greater healing.
All right, how many potions do we have in the party? Who's been keeping track?
I got 2 basics, a greater, and a superior.
Do they have magic ink?
No.
Doubtful. Yeah. No.
Ain't a single spellcaster in this warband be writing it down.
Hey, there's shamanistic shit where you
There's
can do
no
those
time.
tattoos. Come on.
That's with paint. And those things are being powered by nothing else but the Gestalt.
Yeah,
Gestalt.
there's no time to write it down when your head is in danger of exploding.
Anyway, if we ain't got nothing to do, let's start that travel.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let me pull up my travel shit table. Someone roll me a d20.
9.
As we're leaving, Kagez is gonna turn around for a second, overlooking the whole warband, all the smoke columns from the big old bonfires, and I'll be back. And just start walking again.
Nothing
wait
happens.
for the
Since
list.
this is actually in 9 and 10. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna say for this, roll 2 d20s and it'll be the average for 2 days of travel, just because this is a much longer travel sequence. So it is still the effect of nothing happens, you get to there. Someone 17. Okay, so 17 divided by 2 is about an 8. Nothing happens.
Why'd you roll 2 of them?
Because that's what I said,
Yes,
is
for
it's
2 of
the
them.
average for 2 days, just so
Oh.
this goes a little faster.
Okay.
Someone roll me 2
Okay.
d20s.
Yikes.
Two's in the chat.
I imagine this is time for us to decide, are we going to Eastport or are we just skipping through the river?
I have no reason to go there. I have no money.
Don't Don't keep me from that
I'd say that
dragon.
it just slows you down a day. So it's, yeah, which way are you going?
Well, if we're not going to Eastport, we could just go straight down, right? Through the river? Or would that be too much?
No? It's not a terribly big river. You could cross it.
Getting
All right.
Oregon
Can
Trail
we head
flashbacks.
down here then? Instead of
Oh,
to the
yeah.
right?
Alright, so I'm gonna roll me 2d20.
Brato got dysentery. Burned it off.
Yep. No. Okay.
13.
Yeah, 13, 14. It's the same. Yeah, so nothing happens. You get the 2 days. Did you want to stop in Aylmore down here or be here?
Got no reason to stop.
Yeah.
And Sutha is taking care of the ration stuff, I imagine. Okay. Just checking.
Just making sure. Yeah, Aylmore doesn't
Anything of
really
note?
have a lot of note.
Also has the Wanderer trait, so he can get food as well.
I also have that trait, I think. Yes.
Roll! 9 or
Bye.
12. Okay, so 10. Nothing happens. Roll. 4. Add 1 day travel time.
Unlucky. Alright, skinny dipping in the lake, baby.
Woo! Nice. That is a 15.
15.
Which is the nothing happens, so you get your regular
Just zooming.
zooming. All equipment gone, stolen by werebores or just regular boars.
It was just
Pyros.
Karen.
Pyro's enemy. Regular boars.
What do we know about Imford?
What you know about Imford? It is, they have an abundant supply of freshwater fish from the lake, although the city itself produces little in the way of crops. It is a walled city. This is one of the few walled cities. How's the black market? You don't know.
Damn.
Ned would have known.
He would have.
He
Shame.
would have.
Not
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Well, who's
Damn.
next?
Oh,
Shame.
I just remembered. I got something I gotta fucking tell Norvin later.
Uh-oh.
I just remembered something that... Well, I'll tell Norvin, but it'll become a plot point later, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Roll.
Eyebrow raise.
How many days has it been since we left? Someone else roll. I just rolled.
2,
1, 2,
4,
3, 4, 5,
6.
6, 7,
No, this
8.
was 6, because you had... It basically took you 2 days to get here. So 6,
Yeah.
8, 10, 12,
12.
14. So it's been 2
14.
weeks.
Okay.
4, which is another environmental effect, so you get 1 day. So that's 16.
All right, act back. Let it roll.
Damn.
14.
All right.
14.
14. That is regular, nothing happens. You get to Rhymedale Stronghold. Do you feel like you need any supplies for winter and extra cold terrain?
Any equipment, any clothes, anything we probably need.
You can
Do I
definitely
need
buy
anything left?
winter clothes, thick blankets, thicker cloaks.
Do I need gear like that, Liv, or I think maybe?
Considering you're
Maybe?
flame powered, I'm gonna say it'll even you out where you don't need anything. But it might behoove you to get like a single thick blanket to just kind of wrap around yourself when you're deactivated at night.
Right.
Because you're at basically like a smolder at that point.
Charmander!
So you don't want to
Alright.
like get frozen and stick to something. Yes.
I see a tongue go near me. I
would
look at
say,
Akbak. I stare at Akbak.
it would be 5 gold for a thick winter blanket.
Okay, I'll do that.
No being a peasant in cold temperature, you die.
Yep. Well, this is what they're selling to travelers.
Oh yeah, marked up for
Bitches.
the tourists.
You got to mark it up
Of
for
course.
people because most people that are coming through here is it's like, hey, if you really need something, you know, it's they will give them to people that are, you know, if somebody is like coming and they have fucking frostbite and they're here to recover, then it's like, yes, we have them. And so it's like we mainly keep them for emergency supplies. If you didn't come prepared for your trek, you got to buy them from us and then we have to replace them for our emergency supplies.
Mm-hmm. Is Fractal going to be cast in the tower every long rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
If
you
we're
might
not getting
need
into
to worry
combat,
about the blankets if you have the tower, because I think the tower
right,
controls
the
the
fucking
temperature.
I
But
can,
you would
if not, even if not, we can just like I can form up a fireplace.
It's true.
It's made out of stone, so hang on, let me just click.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for winter travelers' clothes, or for
the interior of the tower is warm and dry.
Really. It would be like for a thick cloak. It'd be about 3 gold for like a thick weatherproofed cloak. Yep. So you wouldn't
get
need
the
the blankets.
blanket
It'd be
anyway.
better to invest in the cloaks for while you're traveling.
Okay, then what's the cloak? Just in case we get into a particularly bad situation, then.
It'd be about
3?
3 gold.
I'll do that instead. Add 2 back, so 31. Yep.
So that's 18 days.
It looks exactly like Fractal's cloak, but much fluffier.
Of course.
I skinned a werebear for this. His name was Caird. He screamed a lot.
God damn.
Look, Caird.
I guess we'll also buy one.
Yep.
Oh, bloody hell. Wish I could just keep these chains wrapped around me. As he
As will Akbak. So 8 gold.
If you want to do
It's
the
3
blanket
gold
and
for
the
the-
cloak, yes.
3 for just the cloak.
Yeah. Because you all should be fine without the blankets because Fractal has the tower, which is temperature controlled.
Mm-hmm. But we still got to travel through it in between the rest, so it's still
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
cold as hell.
Yeah. Let's see. I can give us a study, dining space, a lounge, a washroom. I can give us a fucking like hot tub.
Yeah, you could.
Even a.
Fractal, you have a bag of holding, right?
I do.
Boy, Clanky. Oh, question.
Yes.
Since your little minions need weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty good at making them, why don't you keep some of the supplies to make them in that little bag of yours?
Like the bones. That's what I've been doing.
The weapons.
Oh, the weapons. Yes, I've actually been doing that too. I just didn't have any.
Oh, the
I have.
Is there a weight limit, Fractal? Can it hold
500 pounds. I have 6 short bows in here, the arrows, as well as I think 7 short swords.
Well, I was just thinking it over, cause I ain't got but one hand axe left. Can't remember where I threw the other one. So I was gonna make another one. And then I remembered that your little goon things ain't come armed. So I could make them weapons.
That sounds like a good, like a fun idea.
Well, I need to buy some wood and some metal then.
I don't know why I made it on first.
How would that be buying some of that in bulk for like crafting purposes?
You've heard of looters. Now we've come to Minute Mark.
If you're buying in bulk, they'll give you a little bit of a discount on it. Let me see.
God damn it, Liv. I live that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want a +1 longsword, Akbak has it. He also has plate armor, a normal longsword, and a shield, all of which he's never going to use.
I mean, that's one way to make my start to a magic shift, but
Give it to your boy.
Aga's already decked out in +1 plate, and
I
he
meant
ain't
the,
using no shields or swords.
I meant the
Skelly boys, though.
yeah.
yeah.
The Skelly
Can't
boys
your
can't
fucking
use.
giant thing use plate? Isn't it
Oh,
strong
that is
enough?
true.
It has a strength of. It's artificially strengthened via necrotide, but its actual strength is 14.
And
That's
15 to wear
strong.
plate.
Oh, I thought it was 14.
Pretty sure it's 15.
Isn't it dwarves? They only need a 13. Fuck. Damn.
Plate is 15. Same
Yeah.
as splint.
That's why I had to go and use the Kruthic stuff, because it's technically harder than
Chainmail is 13,
Right.
which can get them a 16 AC.
Okay, well,
but-
I can still give them the +1 longsword and shield.
Yeah. And
That's
we could
true.
sell the plate for what was plate 1500 gold?
I could sell it for
yeah,
a
plate
number.
is 1500.
Granted that it was slightly used,
Yeah,
you
it
could
would
probably
be
sell it for about
Oh yeah, a
less
little
than
bit
that.
worse. Yeah.
He never got hit in it. He ran away too much.
Well, I hit him in it.
Yeah.
So you're giving the +1 longsword to the
And the shield.
and
Yeah.
shield. Okay, that means his AC should be at 17 now, I think.
If it's using the longsword, not if it's
Yeah.
got the glaive.
Yeah. It's putting the glaive away. Let's see here.
But
Alright,
it'll give
Okay,
it
so
options.
I'm deleting the +1 longsword and the shield from my inventory. Make sure you have it.
Yes,
Okay.
Are you
And
keeping
sell
it?
the plate for probably 500.
I'm listing it on the sheet, but I'm also putting it in the bag just so I know where it is.
Is Outback keeping the extra explorers pack?
Yeah, because it's a
Okay.
pack and he can shove shit in it. How much do I get for the plate armor, Liv?
I'd say they'd
You-
probably. Well,
Slightly.
make a
I
make a
mean-
persuasion check.
Half, so maybe 750, 500.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. That looks like a 500.
Yeah, that's a 500 right there.
Damn.
Akbak will give 500 shiny coins to the war boss.
He will. He'll pour out about 150 and hand it back to Akbak.
It's your allowance.
Thanks, boss.
Well, you did carry it.
And he expects that every week.
Are there any thrown weapon daggers? Akbak would like to buy daggers.
Yeah, you can buy daggers.
I mean, the ranged pokies.
The daggers at Rhymedale, so the weapons are more of a stocking thing, especially for things like ammunition and daggers, which are simpler. So those they will sell to you at cost.
Okay, how much are
That's-
daggers?
2 gold a piece.
Daggers,
Any
2 gold
special
piece.
daggies? No.
Okay, so he's gonna buy 5 daggers.
Our best bet to buy any special daggies would probably be this
Poison?
one right here, or
No,
the fucking
no
barons
poison.
up there. We can make our own poison. We just kill something that's poisonous.
Yep.
Or venomous, whatever.
Take it.
There, now he has shit to throw that aren't reliant on his strength. Hey, boss! He's gonna hold
Yeah.
up 2 hand axes. You want these? I suck with them.
Sure. He'll take them, and he'll just do the spin thing and put them. Because he already had 2 holsters, and one of them had one in it. So he puts the other one in that holster, and then he puts the other one in his bag.
How much money can I get for my leather armor? Just basic bitch leather.
How used is it?
Stolen off of someone he killed.
So probably like
2
5
gold.
to 3 gold, something like that. Yeah,
2 gold, you said?
Yeah.
gold is
You
gold.
didn't even
That's a
clean the
whole
blood
dagger.
off of it, my guy. It is 2 gold.
No, he fucking didn't. Alrighty, and looks back at the war boss. I'm not allowed to kill anyone here, right?
No.
I guess my business is done then.
He looks up at the walls of the stronghold. It'd be nice to break a place like this open. Not yet, at least.
I'm up for the challenge.
I could use the materials.
Like I said, not yet. We gotta come back through here, you know. Rather it not be a pile of rubble.
Studded leather armor is the best I can wear, isn't it?
As a dex fighter, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you get like magical or some other shit.
Grid takes supremacy.
If you max out your dex,
My dex is maxed. My
then
armor
it'd
class
be better.
is 17.
It'd be better than having half plate. That's true.
All right.
Because not
Let's
as
see
heavy.
here. Here's some test rolls. I believe I have it quickly. Like, yeah. That'll do
I
it.
mean, yeah.
Why is that box extra large?
Where are you going?
Take the enter space out of its description, you shitter.
Oh, right, hang on. Wait, no, wait. Oh, what the fuck? Hang on. Let me run to the bottom of it and
All right.
track.
Liv, what do I roll to try and steal some arrows? Because Ackback doesn't want to pay for arrows.
Sleight of hand.
My brother, I have arrows for you.
He finds you creepy.
You
They
should.
don't
I'm a
notice.
necromancer.
How many do I
Shopkeep
get?
doesn't notice. Roll me a d10.
The average
Oh.
quiver is
4.
what, 20 arrows?
Yeah, but he
I get
probably wouldn't have
4.
grabbed the whole quiver. He would have just pulled
Okay,
them out of
no,
it.
4 is good enough. That gets me back up to 20.
Fair enough.
Looks.
All right, just what I needed.
Guys looks down. That's kind of funny.
What?
No.
I'm gonna lose them. I don't want to pay for them.
That's true.
Fair.
Well, could always find a band of wild goblins and rip them to pieces, and you take those.
How many times does that happen? It couldn't happen twice in a row. As Fractal
At least 4.
As Fractal opens up his bag holding 86 fucking arrows.
You're gonna need those for when you start building the Legion up again.
Yep. This time we're gonna see about getting crossbows on these bitches.
Yeah, get heavy crossbows on them.
Yeah, because apparently there's enough to take a fucking shadow.
Heavy crossbows do work.
They do.
They take almost no training to deal with.
Look, I'm either a magic goblin or a melee goblin. I don't pay respects to crossbows, but apparently I should.
You should.
Besides, those take bolts, not arrows.
Yeah.
So I just found a useless racial skill that Ackback has that he'll never fucking use because
Oh,
he's
is it
dumb.
the nimble escape? Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll never use that.
Hey, it can come in handy in the right situation, man.
Well, Cogaz tells you to
Oh, no,
sneak
the
up on
problem-
somebody.
The problem is Ackback will never use it.
He's an orc trapped in a goblin's body.
Always a situation.
Where even
If-
are you?
By the way, if I ever get access to, if we ever get to the point where I have access to true polymorph, would you want me to use that on you?
No, Ackback's a goblin. He knows he's a goblin.
Yeah,
doesn't give
just
a shit.
checking. Just checking.
Can you make me a dragon?
Actually, yes.
Holy shit!
Not right now, but in my records there are spells that can do that later on.
Me.
Right now, I can
Looks
actually
at the-
just
Looks at the war boss with big saucer eyes. I could be a dragon.
the boss could ride me all day long.
Yo! Actually.
Jesus Christ.
What if I
Well.
cast if I cast enlarge on him? Does he just become just lanky? Like, there you go.
And just big goblin.
Large
Big
says
gobbo.
doubles in height, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
He would be 6 feet tall.
Oh my god,
And reduce what, an eighth?
Wow.
its weight is
Yeah.
multiplied by 8. Yeah,
Because Akbak is 2'6".
my god.
I'm big now, boys.
I cast
A whole 34 fucking pounds. That's why Kagaz can toss his ass around like nothing.
Fractal activates autism. He
We
seems to
already
be full
talked
of-
about haste.
Yeah,
It
he's
goes better on two-handers.
It's
It
pretty
is.
much, if you guys have seen Over the Hedge when the squirrel gets a hold of
Mhm.
coffee.
I wonder if I could pour some more energy into this. Doink! He starts glowing.
So the
Well,
AC of your
are
skill
we
ability would be
going-
what, 19? If you cast
Mo-
Ace on him?
Ooh,
Anyway, sorry.
yeah.
Continue, Kagaz, my bad.
no, you're good. Right,
Are we
Kagaz?
going through transfer, or are we going straight there?
I mean, we don't need to get anything there. I mean, well, actually, what if we go to transfer and see if they have like a bounty board? So if we're in the area, see if there's any quests.
Do
in
we
the
know
board.
anything about transfer?
We would have
What
probably
do you
passed.
know?
Cover it
We
said?
would have probably passed through there on the first time around, taking the roads.
It is the central settlement in southern Ascaria, obviously. It is the primary go-between and transporter of trade goods from all of Telmora that come into central and northern Ascaria and travel through the checkpoint at the stronghold. They have roads to every settlement in the south and provide traders with the safest passage from town to town. So they're basically a crossroads town.
If we want to
yeah.
gather information, that might be a good spot in case we want to, maybe gather information about anything.
Also, again, bounty boards, because we are somewhat in the less area of funds. Well, so it was anyway.
And who knows, someone might be tracking us.
Yes. But, what does the war boss think?
Wow, what do you think?
Wobbuffet.
What do I think about what? I was kind of phased out.
Are we going to take a bounty job, or are we just going to go do what we're doing?
See if
Mm,
there's like a bounty in the throwers to get paid for it as well.
that is true. I ain't all familiar with the kind of beasties that roam the frost area, so
Let's
bounty
fucking go,
board would be a
River
good
Az.
thing. I don't see why not. Get paid a bit, deal with a big beastie, get more familiar. Sure.
Yeah, let's have the time old tradition of making D&D characters fight a white dragon first.
Yeah, of course.
As you wish. I can do that.
You drop a white dragon on me, I'm gonna Leroy
don't
jump
tempt us.
into that bastard.
Live.
A white
us with a
shadow
good time.
dragon.
As soon
Keep up with
look,
tradition,
just-
white shadow dragon.
Yeah, Liv. Yeah, just know. As soon as that gets on the board, I'm gonna go look for the biggest. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get more necrotite, because I'm gonna need a lot of it to play around with a fucking dragon.
All right, are we doing
Turn
the
into
travel
a-
to get to transfer then?
Turn
Yeah,
into
I think
let's
we're-
go
I
ahead
think
and
we're-
finish that off
I-
real quick.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
heading towards it.
Just gotta get that over because it is 10:30.
Yep. So it's just one more D20 roll, hopefully. Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Click, clack. War boss, do it.
The Waaagh.
War boss,
14.
okay. Yeah, that is. Yep, you get there. You're in transfer. Yay! And I'll set all the rest of it up for. I should still
Ow, I was
be
so inside.
not in tech next week. Let me double check.
Let me ask.
Oh, I might be in check. No.
Did you have the map for Dorndaral made?
No.
What'd you?
Not for Dorndaral, but I had something.
From what?
Okay, just asking.
Oh,
Friend.
unfortunately, my friends. Next Sunday, I'm in tech.
Oh, Sunday. What about the Sunday after that?
The Sunday
What about
after
second
that,
Sunday?
it's gonna be shows because it's the 27th.
Oh,
and
we
the
going
4th.
on hiatus?
We're going on hiatus
God damn it.
until Christmas.
What a cliffhanger!
Ah!
Till Christmas?
Well, yeah, my show closes on the 18th, which is a Sunday.
That means if we did do the other
Ah.
thing that you probably prepped for, that would have been a hilarious cliffhanger.
That would have been a hilarious cliffhanger. That would have been
Indeed.
amazing.
Yeah, but I figured like Kagaz wants to go over there and deal with it, but in his mind, one, the lure of getting more warband members from the south where they're hardy and stubborn is a good idea, and two, traveling back and forth across the entire continent is a pain in the ass, so might as well deal with this so he can head back to the warband.
Also, getting Ack back a boon for himself would be pretty good.
That's true.
We haven't checked to see if there's any teleportation circles throughout anywhere we've been, have we?
I mean,
Nope, I haven't.
I only know one. Actually, I would technically know two. I would argue something would live later, but that other one has no need to be poked at right now.
Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
Unless you're really willing to cut through to my story.
I mean, we'll get to it anyway, so I mean...
But I will say something just above board. I get access to 5th level spells next level.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Nice.
Meaning teleportation circle is on the docket.
Yeah, for wizards.
And I did ask Liv if we could mess with the coordinates of one quote-unquote circle with Fractal zoning in on the emanations of your weird boys. Because for giggles, and Liv doesn't know this one, I imagine Fractal stole one brain from a random exploding orc. Just one, if she'll allow it.
If they were exploding, their brain exploded because their heads explode, dear.
I'll grab up a pile of gray matter
No.
that I'll use.
No.
Yeah.
And
Well,
both
then,
Kagaz
As if you're gonna discern what the hell is what after one of them explodes.
Fair enough. So I'll
Can't
just
be- can't tell.
reword that to locking onto the like large ball of orc energy just raining out of them.
Hey, Liv, do you want me to make a character sheet for Mel?
Yes,
Sure.
great old one. Fucking do it.
What
You
level?
have access to test game, right? Just do it on there.
Matching right
Okay.
along with the rest of us. And Akbak, yeah, both of them get Indomitable at 9th level. Both of them will.
Know what? Yeah, I was about to say. I'm about to get the shrug off, something I don't like. And also,
In
the
this economy?
even better one. I get a +4 proficiency so I can hit harder.
Yep.
Yep.
Or
Oh,
hit
right.
more
All right.
accurately, I mean.
Well then,
Yeah.
that is where we're gonna leave it for a good bit of time.
Bye.
How long is this?
Always
this
use
show?
protection.
It's
Don't
Beauty
follow
and the
Box
Beast,
example.
so it runs through December 18th, but the Sunday shows start at 5 p.m. So
Whoa.
Damn it.
That's
Sad
too long, damn it.
Waaagh.
On
Sad
cleave.
Waaagh. I know.
Oh!
I know. Guess you're gonna have to think of something else to do on Sundays.
So
Maybe it'll be a
Mm.
short that goes up on the YouTube. See you all soon.